Hey everybody. Hey everybody. Um, is this thing working? I hope it is. Hang on, let me go check my Okay, yeah, it says that it's online. Good. Um, Let me try to make sure that everything's working properly. Is everything okay? Okay. Okay, some of this is working a little weird. And I'm looking at myself in the corner and it's like completely different. Let me go check to see. Okay, you know, it's working. Hey Gage, how you doing? Sorry if you heard that. That's my phone. Uh, just I was trying to play my video on something else. So Gage is here. Lucas is here. Okay, so starting off with the question, what six real people would you give the Infinity Stones to? Just a side note before I go any further. Hi. Sorry, I really don't want to butcher your name. Mauricio. Hi. How you doing? Anyway, sorry. I don't want to. I just want to let you guys know that if anything does go wrong, like with the audio or the video or anything like that, please let me know. I'm not sure if I'll be able to fix it, but yeah, just want to let you know. It's cool, dude. Okay, thanks, Gage. Anyway, in terms of the 6 year old people I would give the Infinity Stones to, so I thought about this for a while because you did ask me this ahead of time. I would probably say. For the Reality Stone, I would give it to Donald Trump because he seems to be able to change the facts whenever he wants. So that's Reality Stone. Frank B, Monster E, hey guys, how you doing? Congratulations on 1 key. Thank you, Monster E. I really appreciate that. Anyway, so yes, so that's who I would give the Reality Stone to. In terms of the what will I go with next? I had an order for this too. Crap. What did I say would go next? I would say the Power Stone would probably go to Arnold Schwarzenegger for obvious reasons. I don't really need to go too deep into that. Oh yeah, for the Mind Stone, I would actually give it to one of my old teachers. His name is Mr. Taylor. I see that there are more comments coming in. I'll get to that in a second. His name is Mr. Taylor, and not only is he just one of the most intelligent people I've ever met, he's also just he's insanely good at explaining things and insanely persuasive, which I think kind of goes with the Mind Stone thing a little bit. That kind of like different abilities of the Mind Stone. So I would definitely say that. Oh my God, so many people are in the comments. Give me a second. I'll just quickly go through these. For the Time Stone, I would give it to William Shakespeare. This might sound a little weird, but it's just because I feel like his work is like the only work that can truly be considered timeless. Like his work is you know, we're still learning about it even though he was around the 1500s, and I'm sure we're still going to be learning about it later. So for me, he's the one person who I think can be considered timeless, so I would give him the Time Stone. For the Soul Stone, I would give it to my mom, just because I think she's one of the best people in the world. I can't think of anyone else who has more soul who I would give the Soul Stone to. And the person who I would give the Space Stone to is, I believe her name is Susan Wojcicki. I think that's how you pronounce it. She's the head of YouTube, and it's because she runs, you know, something where, you know, so much space can be interacting with each other all at one time, and she seems to be able to control it too, because there's so many times where my videos are not able to be public for whatever reason. But anyway, that's a little bit of a rant. Okay, I'm just gonna go through these comments from where I left off. So Monster says congratulations on 1K. Mauricio says you can just say Maurice, my name is Spanish for that. Okay, thank you, Maurice. I will call you Maurice. Basil, congrats on 1K. Thank you so much. Congrats on your 1K subs. Thank you, Emperor Jube XL. Jube XL. Sorry, I really hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Simon O'Brien, well done for 1K. Thank you so much. Shadow Critias, I know who you are. You were Lightning Star before. Hey man, what's up? How you doing with you? I'm doing pretty well. I'm actually really happy that this thing started working. Okay, Gage Andrew says, who do you think would win between Jason Voorhees and a T-800 Arnold Terminator? That one's a little tough because from what I understand, Jason is like basically immortal. Like I don't really think there's any good way to kill him, at least definitely in terms of a T-800. But I'd find it hard to believe that Jason would be able to actually do a lot of damage to the T-800. Even so, though, I'd have to imagine that Jason would just get a lucky hit or something. I think the T-800 is just in general more powerful. Keep in mind, though, I don't know that much about about Jason in general, but I'd have to say Jason would probably win just because, again, if we're talking to a battle to the death, he's immortal. I just think that's how it would work. What else we got? Do you love Marvel or DC more? Oh my God, that's a great question, Frank. In terms of which I love more, I love both of them. I grew up loving both of them so much. Sorry, I'm so distracted by myself on the side because like it's such a delayed thing compared to me. I think probably what I'm seeing on the side is what you guys are seeing right now, which is a little bit of a delayed version. Anyway, so which I love more, Marvel or DC? So close. I've even flip-flopped back and forth between which I like more, but I think I'd have to go with Marvel just a smidge more. And a lot of you guys would probably think it's because of the MCU. It's actually not. That's probably one of the reasons why, but I would also say I like Marvel more just because I grew up actually collecting more Marvel action figures. If some of you might be familiar with the TV show Superhero Squad show, before it was a TV show, it was actually a toy line of like very small figures. And Ryan and I, my brother Ryan, we got a set each for our 6th birthday, and we started collecting them ever since. So I love those toys. I still have all of them. I haven't given any of them away because they're just so special to me. I still love DC though. I love a lot of their characters. Sorry. In fact, one of my favorite superhero might be Beast Boy, who's a DC character. But yeah, I like Marvel just a smidge more just for that reason. Who else we got? Okay, so we're getting closer to the end. I would have given the Mind Stone to Dr. B, another teacher at my old high school. That's good. I didn't have Dr. B for anything, so I really can't say. But I think that's good. Matt, I'll just give all 6 stones to Dr. Phil. Actually, that's a good answer. That's a really good answer. Okay, so I think... Oh, I just moved my my screen a little bit. Let me put that back. Oh, I just messed it up even more. Hang on. Okay, there we go. So who we got? It says right now, okay, 4 likes. That's pretty awesome. And 10 concurrent viewers. I think that means in general 10 viewers... to 10 viewers that, you know, have in general just shown up. I don't think it means 10 all at once, or maybe it does. If so, that's awesome. Next, who wins, Cable or Terminator? Okay, I'll be honest, I don't know that much about Cable. That's a little embarrassing considering I am mostly a Marvel and DC guy. I know he was like a time traveler, right? Like he's like the son of, I think, Jean Grey and Cyclops, or I think one of them might have been a clone or something. It's a little weird. I'd probably have to say Cable is more powerful. He probably has like some sort of crazy feats that would blow Terminator out of the water, because there are some versions of Terminator that were destroyed by like a homemade pipe bomb. So I'd have to assume, but again, I don't know that much about Cable, and honestly, I don't even really know that much about Terminator either. So take all of that with a grain of salt. What we got next? I brought your character Sinister Strange to life in my show, the Linksy series. Thank you so much. You, the voice actor who is called Carson, care to give your thoughts on how he came out both in the show and the voice? I've seen a little bit of him on the show, and I gotta say he's doing a pretty fantastic job. I've done some acting in the past, like I've done like some theater, and I've tried like doing some voice acting kind of more so on my own, kind of as like tests. I did like an acting for the camera workshop where I kind of got to play around with some voices, but I definitely don't think I could have done nearly as well as him. So again, what's his name, Carson? Thank you so much for the amazing voice that you're bringing to the character. It's actually really, really good. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't change anything about it, because like I listen to that and like that is Sinister Strange. So thank you so much for that. That's awesome. If you made your own novel, what will it be about and why? Honestly, if I was to do something a little more silly, because I feel like that's the thing I'd probably be the best at. Well, I mean, I guess I could write some sort of memoir about, you know, the most important experiences in my life. That could be something I could do. But I feel like I have a lot more material to work with in terms of embarrassing moments, because my family actually did this recently. We recounted like a ton of our collective embarrassing moments, and I had the most embarrassing moments like by far. If any of you guys want to actually like hear some of those, I'll tell them on camera. Sure, why not? Because I trust you guys. You know, I love you guys. So yeah, it would honestly probably be like a ton of embarrassing moments, just like little short stories, like real events. I wouldn't change much about them. I would just go ahead and tell them. So yeah, that's probably what I would do. I consider giving you a YouTube friend because you give your best opinions on who wins. Oh, thank you so much. That's so awesome, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy you guys enjoy the show, and if you guys like want to give me out as a recommendation, of course, go ahead. Like that's awesome. I'm honestly so surprised that so many people are like into the whole thing because at least for a while it used to be just me talking in front of a camera, and while I've definitely stepped up my game since then, it's still very amateurish in my opinion, which is fine. I mean, like there are some bigger what is it? There are some bigger versus debaters out there, and then I'm just a smaller one. But I'm happy you guys are able to enjoy all of it. So yeah, I'm really happy about that. Okay, we got a few more. Who do you think would win between Moon Knight and Azrael? I actually did a couple of fights that involved both of these characters. I did Moon Knight versus Batman, and I did Azrael versus Taskmaster. And if I'm being honest, I think Azrael would win that fight. From what I understand, he gets like a massive boost in his physical categories because of his armor or something. And I feel like that's something Moon Knight wouldn't be able to keep up with too much, if I'm being honest. Moon Knight is badass, don't get me wrong. I just feel like Azrael is a good fighter. Moon Knight might be a better fighter, but I think Azrael is just too strong and has too unique of a fighting style for Moon Knight to defend against. Plus, there's this whole thing where Moon Knight said one time, like, I'd rather take a hit than block it, so I don't really know. That doesn't sound like the best strategy to me. I sound like such a noob saying that. Oh my god. But yeah, my answer would probably be Azrael just in general, like without doing any sort of research on that. Oh my god, I'm getting so many questions. This question should be addressed. How will future milestones how will those work? That's a good question. I don't really know yet. I have a feeling because I just actually got access to my community tab. So what I might do is that if I hit 1,100, I might put out a post saying, do you guys want to see a Q&A for this? I wouldn't make a whole video saying like upcoming Q&A, 1,100 subscribers or anything like that, but I might say, do you guys want to see a Q&A? Or if not, how far should I wait until I do it? Because I know some of you guys really like asking questions, which is good. It's just I don't know if after 1,100 doesn't really seem too special anymore. I feel like at the latest I might wait until 1,500. So at the latest I think that will be it, and if not that, then definitely like 2,000 at the latest. So I don't really know 100% yet. What's your top 3 favorite fight moments from both Star Wars, Marvel, and DC? Okay, I guess I'll try to pick one from each, because I don't want to, I don't know if you meant like top 3 in terms of all of them in general, or like top 3 from Star Wars, top 3 from Marvel, or top 3 from DC. I'll try to pick one from each just so I can get through all the questions. In terms of top from Star Wars, this is a little controversial, but I think I like Revenge of the Sith the best in terms of all the Star Wars movies. I get that there are some issues with it, but I do still like it the most. And I would say the whole ending fight was just awesome. I know that part of it looks choreographed or whatever, but it actually holds the Guinness World Record, I believe, for like longest sword fight in cinematic history. And I just loved the whole thing, even with Hayden Christensen's acting, the tension between the two, I felt were very real. The whole thing was very real. So yeah, I'd probably say that. For Marvel, I mean, like, the Endgame fight is stuck in my head. I love that. There's this one moment, though, in Winter Soldier where Crossbones and Falcon are, like, about to punch each other, and then, like, it cuts to another scene with, like, a huge boom, and I laugh so hard at that each time, so that's really funny to me. And in terms of DC, I mean, the fight in Batman v Superman was really awesome, even if it didn't last too long. So yes, I would definitely say that one was my favorite, even though it didn't last too long, and even though I didn't really love that movie in general. What have we got now? Is TwinSpeak going to be going on this week? TwinSpeak will not be going on this week. TwinSpeak's not going to be back, well, actually, we don't know if we're going to get renewed for that. For those of you that don't know, by the way, TwinSpeak is a live radio show that Ryan and I host on spiritlive.ca. And it's part of our university, and we basically just talk about movies. We've had 7 episodes so far, only 6 of them were recorded, and we yeah, we've done basically the first season of it, and we're gonna have to reapply. We can't reapply just yet because we don't know Ryan's schedule for university, and it has to work with both of our schedules. But I will definitely try to keep that going. And maybe if you guys are interested, I can try posting them on YouTube, even though they're like 50 minutes long and it's only audio. And it might be hard to do, but yeah, hopefully TwinSpeak will be back eventually. Might have said that wrong. Yeah, yeah, I know what you meant. 1,100 or 2,000. I got it. Yeah. I meant to mean you, my friend. Oh, okay, okay, I see. Sorry, I completely missed that. Sorry, thank you. Oh, Ishmam, can you talk about the Crisis of Infinite Earths, what's happening this week? I haven't started watching Crisis, and I don't know how much I'm actually going to have access to, just because, I don't know, like my TV for some reason doesn't get every single one of the shows, or at least doesn't get new episodes of the shows. It's really weird. So hopefully, hopefully I'll be able to watch that soon. Maybe give my thoughts on it. I've been also trying to avoid a lot of promotional material. Will everything go back to normal? Is that about Crisis, or is that about something else? In terms of Crisis, I'm sure there's going to be like some big change of some sorts happening in Crisis. Definitely, it'll have a huge impact, I'm sure. But yeah, if you didn't mean that, if you meant like, well, everything go back to normal in some other way, just let me know. Warmex Alquist, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Hi, how you doing? It's so cool to be able to actually talk to all of you guys and address you guys by name. I've been able to do that before in Q&As, but like this is like a live chat, like a live conversation. It's basically the comment section in a live stream, because in the comment section we reply to each other all the time, so that's really awesome. But yeah, how you doing? How did you get in the whole fight debates thing? Well, I've been into superheroes and stuff for like as long as I can remember. That's pretty obvious. In terms of fight debating, I've debated with my brother, who would win in a fight before I even heard of Death Battle or Cartoon Fight Club. But then when I heard it was like a whole subgenre on YouTube, I thought, this is really cool. This is something I can really get into. And when I actually started posting YouTube videos, I wasn't posting, I wasn't posting versus debate videos. But then eventually I started getting bored of what I was doing before, and I just thought, I really got to do what I want. So I started doing it was actually Lucas Green who first suggested, talk about who you'd think would win between Joker and Green Goblin, which was the first Who and Why episode ever. And then after that, more people wanted to see it, and I'm just like, this is the kind of stuff I'm into. So yeah, let's just roll with it. So that's kind of how I got into it, I guess. Who would win between Aaron Black or Deadshot? I don't really know who Aaron Black is. I can't really judge. I do know Deadshot is really, really good at shooting, though. Like, he's only missed, I think, once in his entire career, and that was against Batman. And Deadshot's got some pretty tough armor. So it's hard to say. I can't really judge, though. I'm sorry. I don't really know who Aaron Black is. But, it sounds like a really cool fight. Top 10 Ben 10 aliens, and if you had an Omnitrix, they'd be your primary aliens you get when you first find the watch. I'd have to imagine I'd want, those to be the first aliens when I get the watch. Hang on, I'm hearing a weird sound from my laptop. I hope nothing's overheating or anything like that. Anyway, yeah, hopefully it doesn't mess up anything. Anyway, in terms of my top 10 Ben 10 aliens, I don't know too much about the Ben 10 aliens in terms of like the 1,912 different aliens that he has. So hopefully, I'd be able to list some of them. Some of my favorites, I like Heat Blast. I honestly like Heat Blast more than Swampfire. So that would be one of them. I also like Echo Echo. What else? Who else do I like? Humongosaur is awesome. I don't really like Alien X just because he's so tough. Who else do I like? I'm trying to think back to like what I remember watching. Brainstorm always interested me. I'm mostly familiar with Alien Force, in case you guys haven't noticed. Like Big Chill, I like him too. I don't know. I don't know who I would say for all 10, because again, frankly, I don't really know too much in general about everything. But yeah, overall, I would probably, those are my top 5. I could definitely list my top 5. And yeah, I don't really think I have enough information to make a really good educated guess on that. But I do still like Ben 10, and I still like a lot of his aliens. Regarding Death Battle, has there ever been any fights of theirs that you've disagreed with, as in the outcome or the research? Yes, actually. The more I think about it, the more I think that there are some that really just seem a little weird to me. One of the big ones is Rogue versus Wonder Woman. To me, I think, especially after they analyzed Rogue versus Wonder Woman or they analyzed Wonder Woman, I mean, in Thor versus Wonder Woman, I don't really think that Rogue would stand much of a chance. I get their reasoning. I just think that Wonder Woman is too fast and too strong that she'd be able to speed blitz her before Rogue would get the chance to do something like that. There's also Goku versus Superman, in the sense that I definitely disagree with the fact that Superman has infinite power, because the way he works is that he has infinite potential. He can keep gaining power, but it's not all at once, so he'll never reach infinite power. You know what I mean? In terms of the actual outcome, I don't even want to get into that, because that's just going to start a whole debate. Green Lantern versus Ben 10 is a little weird too, just because, I think the more I think about it, the more I understand what they're trying to say, but I still don't really think I fully agree with what they're trying to say. And then with Thor versus Wonder Woman, there's this one thing. I'm sorry, I don't think Thor just has planetary level durability. And I think there was a better strength feat that Thor had, which was like actually lifting a kitten's paw off the ground, but it was actually disguised as a Midgard serpent. I don't know if they just forgot about that feat or if it was like an early era, so they just decided not to use it. I'm not really sure. Regardless, yeah, there are some things that Death Battle has said that I don't fully agree with. I also think that Sonic is light speed in base form. That's just me. But yeah, that's me there. Good memories. Joker versus Green Goblin, as bad as it was, we still owe a lot of respect to it for creating the series. Yes, that's a very rough episode. One of the shortest episodes. But yeah, it's good memories. Do you think Deadpool versus The Mask was a draw battle? Personally, no, I don't think it was. I think they made it pretty clear that The Mask did win. Even though Deadpool came back from the dead, Mask still killed him. Like, Deadpool didn't survive his confrontation with The Mask. And they said at the end, like, the winner is me, So I think that The Mask totally won that one. But, if you think that it was a draw, that's fine. You can call it as that. I just think The Mask won. Oh, what else we got? Ben 10 versus Green Lantern was a bad DB. Yeah, in some way. Cat Loaf Potato, hi, how you doing? Yeah, definitely, guys, just say hi, ask questions. It doesn't even have to be just about YouTube or versus debating. It can literally be about anything. Like, I'm down for anything. This is just, our stuff, and how we want to do it. Did you watch the new Wonder Woman trailer? I did. I honestly wasn't as hyped for it as I think a lot of other people have been. I personally thought the Black Widow trailer was better, but, I know that a lot of people are going to disagree with me on that. I don't know. There's some parts of it where I'm just not really excited for Wonder Woman too much. I liked the first Wonder Woman. It's just this trailer, and I was excited for Wonder Woman 1984. It's just this trailer I feel didn't hype me up as much as it could have. And the fact that they throw Chris Pine or Steve Trevor into the trailer, I think wasn't such a good idea. I think they shouldn't have even addressed him at all. They should have just waited for the movie to have Chris Pine and then the reveal of how he survived or how he's here or whatever. Because spoilers, he died in Wonder Woman. So, there's that. I'm still excited for the movie, though. I still want to see it, totally. Can I have a shout out, please? And Coca-Cola or Pepsi? Okay, I'll give you a shout out right here. So guys, go subscribe to Cat Loaf Potato. He's popped up so far twice in the chat. So go to the chat and yeah, go subscribe. And Coca-Cola or Pepsi? Okay, here's the thing. I flip-flopped on this a lot before. In terms of Coke, I think in general I probably like Coke a little better. But there are some times where I'm just really in the mood for a Pepsi, So, and I would definitely have Pepsi over, say, like Coke Zero or something. So I think probably Coke in general. And I don't know if this is a common thing, but McDonald's fountain Coke, I love. Like, I can't get enough of that, which is probably why I'm so out of shape. Anyway, yeah, I'd probably say Coke over Pepsi. Boomstick and Wiz also did say it was a stomp for the Mask. Yeah, exactly. So I think it was pretty much a Mask win. Pepsi Man versus Florida Man. Florida Man, oh my god. As in, like, who would win in a fight? I don't know. Florida Man can do some pretty crazy things, but also some pretty stupid things. So I don't know. I'll have to think about that a little bit. Who would win, Carnage or Shredder? I can't really think of a good way that Shredder would be able to put Carnage down. I can't think of a good way, even with Super Shredder, I don't think he'd be able to totally vaporize him or anything like that. I think Carnage is too good of a healing factor, and he's probably strong enough to, strong enough to overpower probably even Super Shredder, because he's stronger than both Spider-Man and Venom combined, which is insane. And in terms of speed, I know Shredder has that ridiculous speed feat, but I still think Carnage would be able to work his way around that, especially with the durability. I just don't see Shredder coming out of that fight. That's just me. This should be addressed. How long are you planning to stream for? Yes, I forgot to mention this. I was thinking for a minimum 1 hour, but, if things start dying down, or if things, start, if people aren't really showing up to the stream or anything, then I'll stop. Or if people are still into it, then might still do it. I want to shout out too. Okay, go subscribe to Frank B. He's also in the chat. So make sure to go check him out. Can you please follow me? Okay, so your name is Slava9FC. Okay, so I'm not sure if there's a way for me to actually like go and do that right now, so I'm gonna put it into my phone. I don't know why I'm opening Gmail right now. I'm gonna put it into my notes, and I'm going to write your name down and make sure that I'm gonna follow you. So yeah, I'm assuming on YouTube. 9FC. Okay, so I've written your name down. Yeah, no problem, buddy. Okay, we got more. As someone who worked at McDonald's, the fountain drinks aren't normal, as it's just syrup mix and water to save money, which is why it tastes different than store-bought. Okay, so when it's not normal, like, I guess I'm just having a conversation now. In not normal, does that also mean, like, it's unhealthier? Because to me, I find that it tastes better. I don't know, again, I don't know if that's a common thing, but I find that it actually does taste better. I'm assuming it's probably unhealthier, which is, again, I really just need to stop drinking that stuff so much. Actually, when I was going to university, I went to McDonald's like a ton because it's like right outside my university. So I really need to stop going there so much. Although then again, I'm not going back to university for like another, what's the date today? The 12th? For basically a month, I'm not going back to university. I'm already done. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah, and then what else? So yeah, I'll just wait for more people to comment. And again, guys, like, comment down what you guys want to ask, if you guys want to just talk or anything like that. That's awesome. What were your favorite MCU and DCEU movies? I actually made a list in one of my most recent Q&As ranking all of the Infinity Saga movies, I think except for Far From Home. And we're getting a lot of people. Oh my god. Okay, I'll try to get through this relatively quickly. My favorite MCU movies, I think, let's see, I like Avengers Endgame, Avengers Infinity War was awesome too. This is in no particular order, by the way. Civil War, the first Avengers movie. I really liked Far From Home, actually. I think I like it more than a lot of other people do, but I actually really, really enjoyed Far From Home. And of course, the Guardians movies are awesome. Those are probably like my elite movies. And in terms of DCEU movies, I mean, Shazam, Wonder Woman are the two best in my opinion, and Aquaman as well. That might be a little controversial, but yeah, Shazam is number 1, Wonder Woman is number 2, and Aquaman is number 3. Are my 3 favorite DCU movies. One Woodman. How you doing, Gelatin Skeleton? I'm actually so happy you're here. Oh my god, I didn't expect you to show up. But yeah, hey, thanks for joining the chat, and you couldn't have joined any better way. Nah, it's about the same, just not as focused as store-bought sodas. Okay, so that was just in response to the whole McDonald's Coke thing. I don't know how we got to McDonald's Coke, but we were definitely there. Can Spider-Man beat the Flash? I'm gonna be straight, no, I don't think he can. The Flash is way too fast for Spider-Man. Even with the spider sense, he's not gonna be able to react fast enough to face the Flash. Flash is just gonna be able to speed blitz him. He's got the infinite mass punch too, so there's really no chance Spider-Man can survive that. So yeah, that's just me there. Batman Beyond or Spider-Man, who would win? I've debated this fight for so long. Because the thing is, according to Death Battle's stats, Batman Beyond should still be stronger and faster than Spider-Man. But Spider-Man has Spider-Man has a spider sense, unlike Miguel O'Hara. And Batman Beyond is still way more versatile, but he does have the spider sense. And I feel like even if he's able to outrace a Mach 19 ballistic missile or whatever, that's mostly just for travel speed, and Spider-Man would still be more agile and everything. So I feel like really, Batman Beyond has versatility and strength, but Spider-Man really has everything else. And I don't know, it's really close. If I had to pick, I would say Spider-Man, but it's really hard for me to say. If someone made a good case for Batman Beyond winning, I could definitely see that. What else we got? Could the Flash outrun Sonic? Yes, absolutely. You know, even though I said before that I think Sonic is light speed, even without Supersonic, like even just in base form, one of Flash's best speed feats, when he like stole a ton of kinetic energy from people, trying to race a teleporter actually back to Earth. He ran over 23 tredecillion times the speed of light. I believe the number was 23 tredecillion, 759 duodecillion, 449 undecillion times faster than the speed of light, which is absolutely ridiculous. I definitely don't even think in supersonic form he'd be able to do that. And even Barry Allen, I feel, because that was Wally West, but even in Barry Allen, I feel he'd still be able to outrun Sonic, even in supersonic. Now, if we're talking Archie Sonic, that's a bit of a different debate, but then again, Flash can still steal kinetic energy. So if they were like having a race, I'd assume Flash could just steal all of Archie Sonic's kinetic energy too, so that's it. McDonald's or Burger King? McDonald's. Absolutely McDonald's for me. It's actually an ongoing joke in our family because my dad really likes Burger King and like we never go because the rest of the family loves McDonald's even more. So there was one time recently where it was just me and him, and my dad like, you know, he was like, please can we go to Burger King? And I'm like, okay, fine, we can go to Burger King. And Burger King's not bad, even though we'll joke around saying that it is bad. But yeah, absolutely, I like McDonald's more. That's just me. If you like Burger King, that's fine. I'm just not as into it, but that's just me. Which video games shaped your childhood? Let's think about this. When I think of childhood, the biggest video game I think of is Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga. That one to me is like my definitive childhood video game. In terms of other video games growing up, I did play Skylanders for quite a while, and also Disney Infinity, so I really enjoyed those games. And then like, I don't know if this is too late to be considered childhood, but like I also really enjoyed Super Smash Brothers and Injustice and Ultra Street Fighter 4 I also got. But yeah, in terms of like really growing up, like just as a kid, Guitar Hero also was awesome. And there were a lot of video games I had. I can't remember every single one. There was also an old Superhero Squad game I had. So if I had to pick, the main one would be Lego Star Wars and also Lego Batman. A lot of the Lego video games I'd say would shape my childhood a lot. What else we got? May I please get a shout out? Okay, here we go. So, again, Slava9FC. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that the way you want me to pronounce it. But yeah, Slava9FC. Absolutely. He's in the chat multiple times. Go find him. Go subscribe to him. Yeah, absolutely. KFC or Burger King? I have KFC a lot more than I do Burger King. But I think just in terms of like, if I was in the mood for lunch and I just wanted to go, I would probably go with Burger King. But again, KFC, like, I usually have KFC for dinner. And popcorn chicken is just, oh my god, I can eat that forever. So yeah, that's just me there. The T1000 Liquid Metal versus Carnage. Who do you think would win? I actually did this before on a Who, When, and Why episode. Or at least I think I did. Like T1000. I'm not sure if Liquid Metal means something else or if that's you're just describing what he's made up as. But yeah, I actually did this before as a Who, When, and Why. I said the T1000 would win. And I know that there's more information for Carnage that's like generally available now that Death Battle has looked into him. I don't know. I still kind of want to say T1000 would win, but I don't really have like any sort of amazing reasoning for that if I'm being honest. Who else we got? Can Batman beat Spider-Man 2099? That's a hard one. That's actually that's also a hard one. I'd want to say that yes, he could, because the spider sense really gives him like a huge leg up over Batman, and Batman has had a lot of experience taking down people who are stronger than him, and thus he probably has a lot more gadgets that are suited for that kind of thing. You know what I mean? So I would probably say that yes, he probably could. Personally, I believe 2099 should have won against Batman Beyond. I have plenty of arguments, but I don't want to overcrowd the whole chat. If you want to say some of your arguments, that's great. That's fine. I definitely have no issue with that. I can understand that. For me, I actually did Batman Beyond versus Spider-Man 29 as a Who, When, and Why episode, and I did also say Batman Beyond would win as like what Death Battle did. But if you think Spider-Man 29 would win, that's absolutely okay. What else we got? Besides this is more of a Q&A than a debate video. So yeah, exactly. So we're just doing whatever we want on this thing. Have you heard about or new Doctor Dolittle movie with Robert Downey Jr.? It seems he's doing his Tony Stark, his Tony Stark thing. Yeah, absolutely. I have seen the trailer for it. I saw it in the when I was seeing a recent movie. Was it for Frozen 2? Yeah, I saw Frozen 2 in order to review it on my Twin Speak live radio show again. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I saw that trailer, and yeah, he definitely seems to be doing kind of like a Tony Stark thing. But I think hopefully he'll do really well in that. I have faith in him. He's a very versatile actor. He can do a lot of things. And I think a lot of people just really know him for Iron Man or maybe Sherlock Holmes, but he can do a lot of different things. So yeah, I'm definitely excited for that. I've seen the trailer. Yeah. Turtles can breathe through their butts. Awesome. I think I might have heard that before somewhere, but it's good that now we all know. Who do you think would win between Spider-Man and Galen Merrick? Okay. I know he is someone from Star Wars. He's like, I think he's a pretty powerful Force user. Um, and I don't like I'm not too familiar in everything he can do. I find it hard to believe though that Spider-Man would be able to take down someone who can use the Force to that degree. And especially someone who has like a lightsaber. I know that there was a superpower beatdown between Spider-Man and Darth Maul. That one's just based on popular votes, so it's not really anything like research. I don't know. Gut instinct, I have to say Galen Merrick. It's really hard for me to have these calls though, simply because I like to do a lot of research nowadays going into my fights, so it almost makes me worried that I'm gonna get something wrong. But yeah, just first instinct. Yeah. How many subscribers do you need for the next Q&A? Again, I'm not really sure how I'm gonna do that yet. I think the latest I would do would be 1,500, because after 1,000, 1,100 doesn't really seem too special anymore. But if you guys like the Q&As and you like doing this kind of stuff, then, when I hit 1,100, I might make a community post saying, do you guys want a Q&A for this? And if enough people want it, then sure, we can absolutely do it. But yeah, that's I guess that's me there for that. I don't really know exactly yet. The Mask versus Rick Taylor from my old Rick Taylor versus Luther video, a battle of godlike masks. Who do you think would take it? Okay, so I did watch the Rick Taylor video. To be honest, though, I don't really remember too much about him. I apologize. I saw the video a long time ago. He did seem really powerful, but, just based on what I know from the Mask, I'd find it hard to believe that it would be anything less than a tie, in his favor, just because he seems like he can say no to pain and can really do whatever he wants. Again, maybe Rick is someone who's like the exact same, but if he is the case, then I'd probably say it's a tie. I don't know. You can leave your thoughts on it too, Gage, because, maybe you probably have a way better idea than I do. But yeah, so sorry about that. Hopefully I'll be able to rewatch the video again and maybe get a better answer. Who wins, Rapunzel or Elsa? I find it hard to believe that Rapunzel would be able to do anything. I feel like I'm starting the answers off the same way each time. But yeah, I think Elsa would win just because I don't think, like, Rapunzel might have her, what's it called? She might have a pan or a pot that she can use to attack with, and she has her hair. But I feel like the hair would be more of a hazard for her. And plus, Elsa could probably just, if it was, it could heal her maybe, but Elsa could just like freeze it off or something, like freeze it and then like break it off. And I just feel like Elsa has more destructive capability, but that's just me. Well done on 1K again, bye. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for stopping by. You guys can drop by, whenever you want. Again, I don't know how long this stream is going to go for. It could go for 2 hours. It could go for 1 hour. I think it would be a little, I wouldn't want to do it any sooner than 1 hour, especially since we're having so much fun. What else we got? Thanos versus Darkseid, who would win in an arm wrestle? LOL. I think that when Death Battle did it, they were talking about how his Omega effect is more powerful than Thanos is strong. But Thanos was able to lift that thing weighing like 50 quintillion tons, if I'm getting the number correct. And I'm not sure how strong exactly Darkseid is, but Darkseid was able to hold open like an entire plane of reality at one point. So my gut instinct is saying Darkseid would win that fight. Plus, I'm assuming he could probably make his avatar stronger if he wanted to. I could be just pulling that out of my ass. That might not actually be true. But yeah, gut instinct is Darkseid. Hey, Corin O'Keefe, how you doing? Who do you think would win between Solid Snake versus Ben Affleck's Batman? That's a good question. I think probably Ben Affleck's Batman, assuming we're using a standard suit, like we're not using like the Superman killing suit. I'd assume Ben Affleck's Batman doesn't really have the feats necessary, because the reason why I would say that Ben Affleck or not Ben Affleck, why Batman would beat Solid Snake. I'm not saying that's my final answer, but if one of my biggest reasons would probably be that his feats are just insane. You know, they're amazing feats that probably outdo Solid Snake. But I feel like Ben Affleck's feats don't quite stack up to regular Batman's feats, and I feel like you know, Solid Snake is probably better at stealth and probably better at, you know, silent assassinations than Ben Affleck is. Although then again, Ben Affleck, like, it's specifically stated that he has a lot of experience in this kind of thing, and he is supposed to be more comic accurate. I'm still going with Solid Snake, but I mean, I could definitely see someone making a case for Ben Affleck's Batman. And if you think Ben Affleck's Batman will win, that's awesome. I don't know about them, but I'm up for a 1,100 Q&A. Go for it. I'd go and steal the Infinity Stones and snap my fingers to make it happen. Again, we'll see what happens. You know, if enough people want it, then we'll do it. But again, it wouldn't be any later than 1,500. Absolutely, I would definitely do something for that. Clams can change genders. I actually did not know that. That's really interesting. That's a cool fact. Not related to anything, but Lobo looks like a long-lost fifth member of the band Kiss. Oh my god. I'm not going to be able to think of Lobo any other way. Thank you so much, Maurice. Oh my god. I'm not going to be able to think of anything other way. Do you have a girlfriend? Yes, I do, actually. Her name is Trista. I'm not going to give away her last name or anything like that because I don't know how much she actually wants to have a presence on the channel. And I usually like to keep my personal life out of the channel except for something like this. But yeah, we've actually been dating for almost a whole year now. By the time we get to January 9th, it'll be a whole year since we started dating, which is really awesome. You know, she's amazing. I don't know if she's watching this right now. If she is, hello Trista, just know that I love you and I'm happy that you're watching. If she's not here, then, you know, all of you guys can know that, you know, she's an amazing girlfriend, and I'm so lucky to have her. And again, I don't want to spend too much time talking about one thing, but I feel like, yeah, this is something special. So again, Trista, if you're watching, know that I love you. Okay, what else we got? It's kind of hard as the... Okay, so this is back to the Rick versus Mask question. It's kind of hard as the terror mask Rick needs blood to heal Rick, but since the mask is bloody, it shouldn't be an issue. However, the mask stats do outclass Rick, but the mask has way more battle experience. Okay, I see. I would probably still go with the mask under that, but again, you probably have more information than I do. Oh, as has been alive since before time was even a thing. So his combat skill might allow him to stay alive like Walter did in the comics. Okay. Who would win, Super Shredder or Venom? I'd probably say Venom. Again, you can't just really kill a symbiote. It's not really the same thing where like you need to completely annihilate Venom in order to kill him. Like his healing factor, I believe, isn't that good, but you can't just kill a symbiote like that. Like it doesn't really work that way. You're not just strong enough to do it, you know? You really need to exploit one of the weaknesses. So I'd probably say that Venom would win that fight. Who do you think would win in a fight, Gambit versus Grifter? I've heard the name Grifter before. I have no idea who that is. If you want to give some more information on him, or you don't have to, but if you want to, you can tell me down in the comments below or the chat, and then I can maybe make some sort of educated guess. And honestly, I don't know too much about Gambit either. I know he can be pretty destructive, but my biggest relationship with him, or the way I know him most, is from the X-Men TV show. So yeah, I'd probably say that. Sorry about talking about your personal... No. Don't worry about talking about my personal life. This is honestly the place to do it if you guys want to do it. Because I'm open to any sort of questions, as long as it's not like too personal, you know? So that's absolutely fine. It's just like, what I'm trying to say when I say I keep my personal life out of it is that I don't go out of my way to talk about my personal life, you know? But you know, if you absolutely, if you want to talk more about that kind of stuff, that's absolutely fine. Sorry for making you feel like that was a problem. It's definitely not. Is it safe to announce to the viewers that we can expect the next Who, When, and Why Lex vs. Doom this month as Christmas present? That would be nice to end the year. I'm thinking Lex Luthor versus Doom could come out in about 2 years or so. I think that's probably... No, God, I'm joking. How about this Sunday? Is that good? Does that work for you guys? Yeah, it's this Sunday, so... Keep that in mind. I've actually been finished that video for a little, like, I think half a week. Although normally I like to post my videos on Sunday, so I'm waiting until this Sunday in order to post it. So keep that in mind. And the script for the next one, Stitch versus Rocket Raccoon, is in development. So hopefully you guys won't have to wait too long in order to see that one. But so, you know, fingers crossed. Thanks, Corn O'Keefe. Thanks for the thumbs up. The Terror Mask has been around before time, not the mask. My mistake. Okay, got it. Thanks for that. Hey Garrett, it's Aiden from summer camp. Congrats on 1,000. Oh my God, Aiden! I didn't know you were gonna show up. Oh no, your name is Aideen. Sorry. It's so cool how many people are showing up. I'm getting people from my old school. I'm getting people that I know from YouTube. I'm getting people from camp, like Gelatin Skeleton. That's Niall, by the way. So yeah. Hey Aiden, thanks so much for coming out. Yeah, thank you so much for congratulating me on 1,000 because it does really feel awesome. You just did your table read for, was it a script you wrote? That's really awesome. So you know, keep going with that because I'm sure it's an awesome script. And congrats on finishing it, by the way. You need a ton of fire to get rid of a symbiote. Yeah, exactly. You can't just kill a symbiote. You really need to exploit one of its weaknesses. And for Carnage, it's even worse, not just because of the whole healing factor thing, but because he traded his sound weakness for, like, some sort of Cthulhu magic type thing, really specific. So, yeah. What else we got? Alligators can love for 100 years. Is it love or live? Okay, no, it is live. Okay, that's it. So yeah, thank you all. Thank you for the facts. It's just Cat Loaf Potatoes giving me these random facts, but they're actually really interesting. But yeah, we can do anything we want on this chat, so that's awesome. Am I your friend? Yes, all of you guys are my friends. Absolutely. I hate it when people say, you know, like internet friends aren't real friends because sure, there's like a lack of, you know, there's a lack of variety what you can do with internet friends, but I consider all the guys who consistently comment on my channel and, you know, support me and everything, you guys are my internet friends. I really do feel that. I'm not sure if you guys you know, feel the same way about it, but like I totally see you guys as my friends. You know, even just calling you, like, my dad, when he's referred to my channel, is called like, oh, you're trying to do this for your fans or whatever. I really don't like calling you guys my fans because to me, we're all in this together. I really just like calling you guys my viewers, if anything. But yeah, no, I would totally call you guys my friends. Absolutely. Absolutely. Were there any people you expected to show up on this live stream? Well, there are some people I expected to show up on this live stream who have shown up. Yeah. You, Lucas, of course. Gay Junru, absolutely. I'm happy he showed up. You know, I don't want to say like I expected so many people to show up because, you know, then it's like, you know, if they didn't show up, then it's like, you know, feel like, you know, you're letting me down or whatever. And I definitely don't want that to come across like that. But, you know, there are some people who I'm thinking like there's probably a good chance they're going to show up. Like Frank B, you know, he's a newer viewer, but, you know, he's you know, been showing up to a lot of things, like commenting on basically every video. Who else we got? I'm just going to scroll up in the chat a little bit to see who else. Let's see who else. Those are the big ones. And then like I do recognize a lot of people's names. So, you know, there's definitely that too. Yeah, no. Like there were definitely some people who I guess I expected to show up. Okay, Corn O'Keefe again. Who do you think would win more often than not between Thanos from the MCU without the Infinity Gauntlet versus DCEU Superman? This is something I'm going to go a little bit of a theory here. One thing I noticed is that Thanos was able to, you know, snap with the Infinity Gauntlet. I know it's without the Infinity Gauntlet, but still, he was able to snap with the Infinity Gauntlet and survive like twice and survive both of them, which means that his durability is like through the roof. Like Hulk was able to survive once, but it was heavily implied he wouldn't have been able to survive again. That makes his durability definitely better than Hulk. But then again, we saw Superman, who was like able to, you know, completely destroy Steppenwolf, you know? And I think Captain Marvel and Superman are kind of portrayed to be like the same character, like this ridiculously strong character who's like stronger than everybody else. So that's a really hard one to say. We haven't really seen Thanos without the Infinity Gauntlet too much. Like there was the end fight in Endgame, but other than that, we haven't really seen him without the Infinity Gauntlet. If I had to guess, we know that it's possible to put Superman down with brute force. Because, you know, we saw him lose to Doomsday, whereas we haven't really seen anyone been able to overpower Thanos that much, except for, like, Scarlet Witch. So I'd probably say Thanos, but that's a really close fight. Thanks, man. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, no, Aiden, I'm so happy you joined. That's actually really awesome. Would you rather be Sasuke or Hiei? I know more about Sasuke because I've watched more Naruto than I have, is it Yu Yu Hakusho? Am I pronouncing that correctly? So I guess I'd rather be Sasuke just because I really like to know what I'm getting into. Have you seen Hell of a Boss or Has Been Hotel? No, I have not, but I'll make sure to keep that in mind and maybe check those out later. Which weaknesses do you think is more damaging to the symbiotes? I personally think the sound is more damaging because it's more damaging his mind than the body, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on the subject. It really depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to force the symbiote off of the person, then sound is better at doing that, I feel. But if you're actually trying to destroy it or really cause physical damage to it, then fire is better. So in terms of an overall thing, I feel like fire could still force a symbiote off of someone if it really wanted to leave, but I think sound is probably better at doing that. But in terms of overall destructive capability, I would go with fire. But that's just me. Dogs are the only other animal besides human that can feel emotions. Is that true? Really? There are no other animals that can feel emotions? I'm gonna have to look into that. That's really interesting. If that's true, then wow, that's interesting. Who would win, Deadpool or Jason Voorhees? This is another one of those like immortal versus almost immortal kind of fights, because, you know, again, I think Jason is like completely immortal, but with Deadpool, like, it'd be so hard to take him out. I guess eventually, like, there have to be some sort of environmental thing that Jason would use in order to kill Deadpool. But to me, it just really seems like one of those fights that would like never ever end. And I don't think the carbonadium sword would work, because I don't think it's like a healing factor that has to do with like regenerating cells. I think it's just more of like a magical or demonic thing. So I guess I'd have to say Jason if I really had to pick, just because I think his immortality is far more immortality than just healing, if that makes any sense. What's your favorite version of Spider-Man that you know of? I guess I'd probably just have to go with the original. Like, I mean, like, I know a lot of versions of Spider-Man. There's actually this game called Spider-Man Limited, which is like a track game, like Subway Surfers or Temple Run, which goes through like a lot of different costumes and a lot of different versions of Spider-Man. But like, I gotta go with the original. I'm sure that there's probably like a way cooler version that I don't really know too much about. But like, I like Spider-Man 2099. I like Ben Reilly. I like Miles Morales. I like Spider-Girl. You know, whether that be May Parker or her name Anya Corazon. Is that how you pronounce it? I like all of them, but I have to go with the original version of Spider-Man. Could Spider-Man and Batman beat Leonardo the Ninja Turtle leader, and Superman? This is going to be really controversial, and I brought this up years and years ago, but I personally think that Batman can't beat Superman. I don't think that, even if Batman has kryptonite, and honestly, even if he has prep time, I can't see him beating Superman, because Superman could either just blow up the planet with Batman on it, or he could just speed blitz him before he could react. Now, if we're giving him Batman like a ton of prep time and he has stuff like the Hellbat armor, the Justice Buster, then maybe I could see Superman winning. Maybe I could see Batman winning, but more times than not, I just think that Superman is way too powerful for Batman. Like, without any writer influence or without any, you know, prep time or anything like that, I just think Superman wins. So I'd have to say that Superman and Leonardo would probably win that fight. What is the softest thing or animal you have felt? Oh man, it was probably at a petting zoo one time when I was on vacation. I can barely remember. I think there was also one time where I went to like this is gonna sound really cheesy, but like I went to like a mattress store or like something like that, and there was like a soft pillow or a soft mattress or something. It was really insanely soft. I don't know. I'm surprised that it hasn't stuck with me more. But yeah, that's probably it. Clayface versus Sandman. I personally think Clayface would win due to the fact that Clay has water in it. This is also one that I did as a Who and Why episode, and I did agree that Clayface would win. That's a good point that I didn't actually bring up in the video. For me, really, the only reason why I said Clayface would win was simply because I thought, hang on, I'm just gonna do, because there's a thing here that's been annoying me. Oh crap, hang on. I just did something weird. Give me a second. I gotta go fix something. I wanted to like exit out of something, but now, can you guys still see me? Hang on. Okay. I think you guys could still see me, right? Okay. I wasn't 100% sure. Okay, now my video. Okay, I think we're all good. Sorry, I'm really nervous about making sure this whole thing works. But yeah, back to the question. Clayface versus Sandman. Yeah, basically the only reason why I said Clayface would win was just because both of them were basically unkillable, but Sandman has more weaknesses than Clayface does. It wasn't great reasoning, but yeah, that's That's what I would say. Yes, we see. Okay, thank goodness everything's working. Okay. Yeah, it's really close. Yeah, absolutely. Assuming referring back to Thanos versus Superman, MCU Thanos versus DCU Superman. Absolutely, it's totally close. In the comics, it was revealed his immortality is indeed magic. Okay, I'm assuming this is based on Jason Voorhees, since his family on his father's side did dark demonic magic. Okay, that makes sense. What is your favorite weapon and armor? My favorite armor, I have two favorite armors. My two favorite armors would be the Berserker armor. Is that what it's called from Berserk that Guts has? Because it will literally like let you keep fighting until like there is no blood left in your body. Like that's really insane. And the other one is Doctor Doom's armor, just because it's so awesome. And you guys will actually see a lot of that on Sunday in Lex Luthor versus Doctor Doom, because it is coming out Sunday. If you guys missed it, I did mention it earlier in the chat, but if you guys wanted to know that, then yes, absolutely, that's gonna happen. So that's it. And in terms of weapon, my favorite weapon, that's a little hard to say because there are a lot of awesome weapons out there. I'm just trying to think if there's like any sort of like there's the morph gun from Jack and Daxter, which is really rather cool. What other kind of weapons are there? I'm trying to think of like if I have like a favorite superhero that has a weapon that's really awesome. I mean, Wolverine's claws and Captain America's shield are also cool too because they're like basically indestructible. I don't know. I'd probably have to think about that for a really long time. And Wonder Woman's blade that can cut through atoms, that's really awesome too. You know, just the mainstream stuff. Dark Side of Galactus, I can't spell today. Okay, I think what you're trying to say is Dark Side, like the character Dark Side or Galactus. Is that what you're trying to say? I'm going to assume that's what it is. And otherwise, like a Dark Side of Galactus. I'm not. I mean, like, yeah, I guess Galactus does probably have a dark side. I'm not even sure if he has a light side. But yeah, dark side or Galactus in terms of who would win. That's a little tough because dark side, you know, I'm not sure if Galactus would be able to reach the fourth world universe. And you know, Galactus has been able to feel physical pain before from characters who are definitely less strong than Darkseid, so I'd probably have to say Darkseid, but that's a little tough. The one Infinity Stone that makes no sense, the Reality Stone example. So could the Reality Stone bring back the dead if it alters reality? But isn't that the Soul Stone? See, I've had this thing in my head where I feel like the Reality Stone is absolutely the most powerful stone because it can really, if it alters reality, what can't it do? You know, when I've heard this thing where it's like, oh, the stones are more powerful when they're together or something. But I don't know how you can get more powerful than having control over every aspect of reality. I never understood that. So yeah, for me, the Reality Stone, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. But I feel like also, if you got the Reality Stone, couldn't you just change reality so that you have all the Infinity Stones with you? Like, I don't know. That's the Reality Stone. I think they were a little vague on that. So yeah, I definitely agree with that. Could Mario beat Sonic in a beatbox battle? I feel like no. I'd probably say Sonic would probably win that beatbox battle just because he could probably go way faster than Mario in terms of a beatbox battle. And I don't know. I just feel like Sonic is probably more hip than Mario. Mario would be trying to act cool and it might not work out so well. So I would say that. What topics are we not allowed to ask about? I'm not really sure if there's like a topic you're really not allowed to ask about, at least not from what I can think of. If you guys ask a topic where it's like, I really, really don't want to go into it, then I'll let you guys know. And don't feel bad if you ask something that I really don't want to get into. Because again, like I've talked about personal stuff, like I've talked about, you know, girlfriend. If you want to ask stuff about family or whatever, then sure. Just, I mean, like, I guess don't ask something about like, you know, I don't know. I can't even think of a good example right now. But yeah, just try, I guess, use your best judgment. Don't go into anything too deep. But yeah, you know, just ask your questions. I'll tell you if it's something that I don't want to answer. And if it's something I don't want to answer, then I'll let you know. And again, please don't feel bad about it because I was basically asking for it. So yeah, just ask whatever you want. Are Spider-Man and Batman the main arch enemies? Are Batman and Spider-Man the main arch enemies to each other? Like, are they rivals to each other? If that's what you're asking, Batman has a lot of rivals. Like, he has Iron Man and Black Panther, which I feel he gets compared to a lot. But yeah, I would like they're also like, you know, some of the big mainstays of Marvel and DC. And if in terms of like who their arch enemies are, like, you know, obviously Batman has Joker, and I personally think that Green Goblin is the arch enemy of Spider-Man. I know that some people will say Venom's, a lot of people will say Doc Ock, but I would say Green Goblin is his true arch enemy. Yeah, Doctor Doom's armor is insane, even with his basic armor, of course. Yeah, okay. Lucas, what else we got? Can I have your opinion? My main character on my show, Linksy, has 9 lives I gave her. That's because the main character, she's not going to die. Or would you say there was no challenge for the anti hero? Hang on, I'm going to read that again. I think I might have read that wrong. Can I have your opinion? My main character on my show, Linksy, has 9 lives. I gave her that because she's the main character. She's not going to die. Or would you say there was no challenge for the anti hero? I mean, I think it's pretty common knowledge that in most sources of media, the main character isn't going to die, at least not for like a long time. Like if they were going to do it, it'd be like at the end of the series, like Wolverine in Logan or Iron Man in Endgame. So, I mean, it does kind of take out that suspense there in to a certain degree. I feel like, for the main, there are worse characters you could put 9 lives on. And you could eventually, if you really rate yourself into a corner and for some reason you want to write off the character, you can just slowly start to take out those lives. So yeah, I don't think it's like that you've written yourself into a corner or anything with that. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. Do you know for both Ghost Rider movies, Nick Cage asked to have a render of his own skull be used in the Ghost Rider for the Ghost Rider model? No, I did not know that. That's actually really awesome. I haven't seen either of the Ghost Rider movies, but I've heard that they're absolutely terrible. But I actually really like that fact. I'm going to remember that fact for a long time. I'm probably going to steal that and use it when I'm talking about my geek conversations, which happen probably as much as you think they would. So thank you so much, Maurice. That's actually awesome. Heck, in the MCU, the Reality Stone is powerful enough to destroy all of the 9 realms. We don't know the exact size of the realms, but we know some sort of them are planet size. Yeah, exactly. Even the movies, the Reality Stone, the destructive capability is insane. Although in the comics, the Power Stone is said to be able to it makes the person completely indestructible, and it's able to destroy literally anything that it hits. So I'm not really sure, in terms of sorry, I'm scratching my nose so much. But yeah, in terms of I'm not sure how the Power Stone relates, like in terms of MCU versus comics. But yeah, like even in the movies, the Reality Stone is just insane. Who would win between Scar the Predator versus Urdnot Rex? I'm sorry, I don't really know who those characters are. But I might have heard of Scar the Predator before, but even then I wouldn't know enough about him. But that does sound like a really cool fight. I could look more into it later because it does sound like a really cool fight. Who would win, the Raptor or a rapper? The winner is the Raptor. I mean, I don't know. Like, it depends who the rapper is, If you're just talking about a generic rapper who's, like, in their 20s, I mean, like, I'm not in my 20s yet. I'm reading way too much into this. Oh, my God. It's like the versus debater in me is really, really showing. But thank you so much. That does mean a lot. Do you think Batman is DC's best property? Yes, I do. I really do. I think Batman is usually the character that most people want to see. In terms of, like, TV shows and stuff, like, he has the Batman the Animated Series. He has, was it the 90s? I think it was, yeah. And he has like a ton of other shows. I think in terms of TV, like Teen Titans, like the old Teen Titans show, like the one that ran from, was it 1990? I think it went until 2003 and it started in the late 90s. Like that's an awesome property as well that it has. And DC has some good heroes too, but I think Batman is probably the best property, yes. If you were stranded on an island, what 3 things would you bring? I mean, it's very tempting for me just to say like a ton of food, like 3 different foods for me. But I'm gonna like leave food out of the picture. I would bring my phone because that's where my reaction. Well, no, but then again, I wouldn't have Wi-Fi, and I wouldn't be able to pay for data. Huh. Technology, like if I wasn't able to upload videos, then technology is kind of because that's usually what I use my YouTube stuff for, or what I use my technology for. I use it for YouTube. So I guess what things would I bring? I mean, I guess I would still bring my phone just in case, like just in case I could call someone or something, and in case I was able to use data for a little bit. So I would bring my phone. I'd probably also bring my what else would I bring? Could I bring a person? No, I'm not gonna bring a person. I don't know. I'd probably bring a blanket to keep myself warm on the cold days on the deserted island. And lastly, I'd probably bring, honestly, like I mentioned before in the stream, I'd probably bring some of my superhero squad figures because to me, like that would be like the last shred of my innocence, the last shred of my childhood that I'd have with me. And I know that I wouldn't be able to survive too long, so I just want to be able to relive some of the best moments of my life, I guess. That's what I would do. Oh my god, okay, we've gotten a lot of stuff. Raptor, main characters don't die in a long time. Jonathan Joestar. I might have joked to you. Okay, yes, sorry. I wasn't trying to speak for everyone, but yes, no, absolutely. There are some instances where they really they really mess with that formula, so I'm sorry about that. What else we got? Who would win, Flashpoint Batman or Miles Morales Spider-Man? Well, Miles Morales Spider-Man isn't exactly like regular Spider-Man, but he has a lot of the same abilities, and he just, he's like Spider-Man in a lot of ways. Like I don't see him as being like a weaker version of Spider-Man. And who's the other character? Flashpoint Batman. He's definitely more ruthless, and he would use guns and stuff. But Spider-Man's dodged automatic fire before, so I'd probably say Miles Morales. But again, this is just like no research or anything. There is one jellyfish that can change its age so it can live forever. I actually did know about that. I learned about it like in a random video one time. That's really interesting. That's really cool. I read in recent comics that the Soul Stone alone contains an entire multiverse inside of it. Yes, I believe that is true. I don't really know exactly how the Soul Stone works. Like that's one that, even though the Reality Stone to me doesn't make much sense, the Soul Stone to me has also been very confusing. But yes, I do believe it has a multiverse inside of it, which is really interesting. Team Mario or Team Sonic? What would you choose? I've always been more of a Sonic boy than a Mario boy. I don't know. I like speedsters just in general more often. So yeah, probably Sonic. If you were stranded on that island, you were allowed to pick 3 real people to aid you. Who would you pick? I mean, who would I pick? I feel like both of my parents. I want to pick one of them. This is really hard. This almost feels like I'm choosing which parent I would want, because now like I'm thinking about like who I would bring on a deserted island. That's I don't know. I feel like I'd probably choose my mom, but I love both my parents. I'm not trying to say like I love them equally. I'm not trying to say anything otherwise. But I don't want to choose both my parents because I feel like then I'm like wasting a spot. So yeah, in order to aid me, I'd bring my mom. I'd probably also bring my girlfriend because like I'd want to see her, in the case that I wouldn't be able to get back. Oh, but then again, then I'd be like putting her in danger, because like anyone I'd bring, I feel like it'd be hard because I'd be putting anyone in danger. So I don't even know about that. I guess I should be thinking of the people who would be like the best chance of actually getting me out. So I guess in that case it would be my mom and my dad and my I mean, those are the 2 big ones. Heck, I just bring my family. So my dad, my mom, and my brother. What else we got? Who would you think would win, Green Goblin or Deathstroke? And Erdon Rex is from Mass Effect. Predator is Predator. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so cool. Now I know where the characters are from. Who would win between Green Goblin and Deathstroke? Green Goblin's stronger. And he has a glider, but I feel like Deathstroke is pretty even in terms of tech. Like, Green Goblin's got a lot of pumpkin bombs, but Deathstroke, his stuff might not be as destructive, but it's probably more versatile. He's also got a better healing factor. I feel like, though, that Green Goblin would be faster. I don't know. I feel like if Green Goblin kept his distance long enough, he'd be able to win. But that's actually a pretty close fight. What else we got? What about a boat to get off the island? That's a good point. I probably should have thought that. I was thinking like stuff that I have with me, because I don't own a boat. But no, that's totally my fault. I should have brought a boat. What else we got? Oh, sorry, I'm late. I had school. No problem, Blake. We're just again, we're just doing streaming whatever we want. It's actually past 4:07. I was thinking about ending this at 4, but it seems like more people are coming in, so that's awesome. We can definitely keep streaming. I probably wouldn't stream any later than 5 though, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, no, absolutely. Thanks for coming out. Raptor, you are awesome. Thank you so much. You're awesome too. All of you guys are awesome. Could Darkseid beat Galactus? I think he could. It really just depends on whether or not Galactus would be able to reach Fourth World and if he could kill him. But I think that Darkseid killing Galactus is honestly more of an eventuality, more likely to happen, honestly, than what I just described with Galactus making his way to Fourth World. But I could be completely wrong. Yes, Darkseid rips reality just by being in the world in his true form. Yes, exactly. For the Linksy series, starting from season 7, you confirm your viewers you're gonna make cameos when encountering new made-up characters in Mr. Strange. Are you looking forward to it? Yes, the cameos I'm definitely looking forward to. I don't know exactly when that's going to start happening. But yes, absolutely. When the time comes, absolutely, I would do that. Okay, so at least right now, I'm not seeing uh, any more chats or any more any more questions or anything like that. So again, this is just one big discussion. You can say whatever you want, you can ask whatever you want. Okay, we got one more. Could Johnny Cage beat Liu Kang with prep time? I'd want to say with prep time, probably. It just depends on what he has access to, I feel. Because he is powerful, but I think Liu Kang is probably a better fighter. I don't know. I want to say yes, but I don't really know enough about Liu Kang or even Johnny Cage for that matter to make a really educated guess. Is nobody questioning the fact that most superheroes are running around saving people in thigh pajamas and everyone just casually rolls with it? I know, right? Like, that's just an odd fashion choice. And, I guess comics, they did that at a really early age when comics were kind of like considered dumb. And, they haven't really done a huge update on those costumes. So yeah, I mean, no one really rolls with it, but yeah. Favorite holiday? I gotta go with Christmas. Christmas to me is just the most feel-good holiday, and there are too many times where I'm just in the mood, like I'm thinking, like I really need to feel good. Like I need to watch a feel-good movie, or I need to be like there was a feel-good holiday. So I'd probably say Christmas is my favorite, though there are a lot of holidays I love. I used to love Halloween. I don't love Halloween quite as much anymore, but it's still a good holiday. And I also used to love Easter. I used to love all the holidays, but I think Christmas is the one where I feel like, and even then with Christmas, there are some aspects of it that I don't enjoy as much, but I feel like Christmas is still the one where I get the most enjoyment out of it, similarly to when I was a kid. What else we got? How much did I miss before coming? You missed. We were streaming for about an hour. So I mean, like you can go back up to the chat. I basically answered every single question in the chat. So I mean, I think there is a way for you to back up if you really want to, but again, you wouldn't be talking live. I'm hoping to make sure that this thing gets posted afterwards. I don't know if it'll be posted automatically or if it will be, or if I'll have to somehow upload it again, like separately. And if I do have to do that, then I don't know. I don't know if I like if it's actually recording or anything like that. So fingers crossed. But yeah, we've just been doing it for an hour. But yeah, like you can basically just drop in whenever you want. You didn't really miss anything too important, like in terms of like anything that would affect what's going on right now. So that's good. Who wins with prep time, Elsa or Weiss? I've mentioned in a comment before that I thought that Weiss would win most of the time just because I feel like Elsa really only has the advantage in terms of destructive capability. But in terms of prep time, I don't know. I still want to say if both got prep time, then Weiss would probably still win. But that's just me. Elsa, her powers are now relying on dust, so she has an infinite... Okay, so I see. You're just replying to that. Okay, so yeah, you think that Elsa would win because of an infinite supply. Actually, I didn't really think about that Elsa does have a far more infinite supply. So yeah, I feel like if Weiss was able to like use some sort of time dilation and kill her quickly, then yes, I do think that Weiss would win. But I do think that it would be possible for Elsa to outlast her if she was able to stay in the game long enough. So yeah, that's actually a good point. I didn't really think about that. What are some iconic lines from the MCU movies? Mine is Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps. I just watched Iron Man. I watched Iron Man 2 days ago. I forgot how good that movie was, honestly. It's such a good movie. I'm actually doing that in preparation for Twin Speak. Again, the live radio show again. Because we wanted to get renewed. What are some good MCU quotes? There's okay, no, well, I just think of a DC quote. I was thinking about the quote where Superman was like, how'd you get the house back from the bank? And the Batman's like, I bought the bank. But no, that's not an MCU quote. There's On Your Left, which I love. Of course, the ending, like, I am Iron Man. There's also the I Had a Date from the end of Winter Soldier, the first Avenger, which was really cool. So many lines from Endgame is awesome. One of my favorites from Civil War, like, I'm Clint, I don't care. And then obviously Spider-Man is like a ton of gold lines. Like, how long have we been here anyway? 37 minutes. What? 37 minutes? That's insane! I thought that's a great quote too. So just some of my favorites. What else we got here? 13 days till Christmas. Yes, 13 days till Christmas. I'm really excited. Merry Christmas, everyone. And happy holidays, of course, to all of you who don't celebrate Christmas. If superheroes like Bruce Wayne, T'Challa, and many others dress up in animal-themed suits, Wouldn't that technically mean they're furries? I may have ruined someone's childhood saying this. You definitely ruined part of my childhood saying it. I guess you could call those fursuits. I don't know. Like, does a suit actually have to have fur on it, or does it just have to be animal themed? I don't know if there's actually like a set parameters for that. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. But yeah, I guess possibly they could be considered furries. That's possible. Oh, what else we got? You crushed my childhood. Yes, okay, clearly that's something that's happening with people. Who wins with prep time in this, Rapunzel or Yang? I think probably Yang. I think she has more destructive capability. Rapunzel is like, she's capable, of course, but I think that Yang is she's way more durable and probably like way more powerful. So yeah, that's me there. So yeah, once again, it looks like we've hit the end of the chat. So again, you guys can keep and again, like if maybe we haven't actually hit the end of the chat, it's just because there's a delay on this, so I apologize for that. But yeah, you guys can basically talk about whatever the heck you want, ask me questions. If there's anything else you guys want me to like do or anything you want me to talk about, absolutely. Again, if you want me to really go into that embarrassing moment stuff or whatever, I guess I could do that. You're welcome, cat loaf potato. Yeah. Right. So yeah. I will tell you though that setting up this live stream was actually extremely stressful. There were so many times where I was getting this notice, which was like, your stream is, there's not enough video being sent to YouTube, so there's going to be buffering. So I was really, I'm just still reading the chat. But yeah, there's something like it's going to be still buffering or whatever, and people are going to see buffers, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't want that. And I don't think that's happening. I think things are going pretty smoothly, but it was so, and it even says an excellent connection right now, but I was so worried about that. So worried. So hopefully things are actually going smoothly right now. And yeah, if I was able to actually do this smoother and it didn't stress me out, maybe we could do more live streams, but again, it would only be for like really special occasions probably. What made you start YouTube videos? It was actually a 7th grade school project that made me start YouTube videos. I had to do a project that had to do with math, and I did it, and people enjoyed it so much that they're saying, you should make a video of it and post it on YouTube. So I did it, and then I did videos that kind of related to it, but again, that kind of stuff really, I got bored of. And then that kind of stuff, and some death battle predictions as well, that got me to 100 subscribers, and then who, when, and why, when we started that, that really pushed things further. So yeah, that's really it. Are you hoping Skylanders makes a comeback? I would love for Skylanders to make a comeback, but I don't think it will, just because I feel like it would have done it already, right? Because what was it? Imaginators came out in 2016, the end of 2016. So it's been 3 years since then. It's almost 2020. So I mean, I'm hopeful, but I don't know if it's gonna work out. Actually, I'm gonna see if we can reposition myself because my legs are hurting a little bit. I don't know how you guys are looking at me right now. I'm gonna have to wait until the video feed catches up. Okay, I'm seeing it. How do I look right now? Come on, stop lagging. Okay, no, you actually look pretty disgusting. What if I do this? I guess now I'm really just waiting until someone says something. Oh yeah, if you were born on February 29th, would I be happy or sad? Or I guess, would you be happy or sad? I don't know. Okay, this looks fine. I don't know, because it'd be weird. Because like, if we're keeping track of my birthday, I guess it would mean I don't really have a half birthday. And like I only get, or no, would I have, no, wait, hang on. No, I would have a half birthday. Never mind that. It would just be, that I guess I would turn, a new year every 4 years, which is really weird. But yeah, it would definitely be interesting to say, like, an interesting fact about myself or whatever. That would definitely work. Although I have noticed that, going back to the half birthdays thing, like, if you were born on May 31st, November only has 30 days. So do you not have a half birthday then? I know not everyone keeps track of their half birthdays, but yeah. That's just something interesting. Would you consider your character Sinister Strange be a fully evil being? That's a little tough, because I feel like a fully evil being, like a truly fully evil being, really starts off as like they're really evil, like they're born evil. And I feel like Sinister Strange wasn't born evil, he just grew a ton of jealousy. So I'd probably say no, but he's still pretty damn evil. Would you want Johnny Cage's powers? I mean, sure, why not? I'm sure there are other Mortal Kombat characters where I prefer to have their powers, especially since his power seems to be like specifically effective against a certain type of like crap. I forget what it was. Death Battle brought it up. It was like some sort of some people with a certain type of energy or something. So yeah, sure, but I mean, like, I guess if I had to choose like a Mortal Kombat person's powers, I'd probably choose someone other than Johnny Cage. Mary's mother had 4 children: April, May, June, and Mary. I've heard this riddle before. Yeah, I've heard it actually said in, like, Johnny's mother had 3 children. She named the first one April and the second one May. What was the third child's name? I've heard that one many times before. Best Pokemon pun. Okay, I haven't really thought about Pokemon puns before. I'm sure you might have one in mind if you're asking the question. Well, what kind of Pokemon puns? I guess the one that I most think of is like peek achoo, like you have to sneeze. I don't know. That's damn is a bad word. Did I say damn? Is that why you're bringing it up? Oh crap. Is crap a bad word too? I once said ass earlier in the stream. But yeah, I don't love to swear that much. I won't swear too much. Like I won't say I won't drop an F-bomb or anything. Hopefully not. But yeah, sorry about that. But anyway, yeah, best Pokemon pun probably like Pikachu. That's like the best one I can think of. Can Can Groot beat Pikachu? That's hard because they're like two very different characters. I don't think saying that Groot is immortal is really fair because I think you need to like really like plant a branch or whatever. Like you need someone else to like bring him back to life. So I don't think the argument that Groot is immortal really works here. But in terms of like Pikachu's definitely way faster. Again, I feel like if Pikachu kept his distance, he could probably beat Groot. But I mean, like if Pikachu messed up at one point, I feel like Groot would win because he's just way too strong and way too tough. You read my comment. Yes, of course. I'm reading all these comments, or at least I'm reading the ones that make sense to read, even the ones that don't really make too much sense to read. Can Sasuke be Deadpool? That's difficult because based on Death Battle's calculation, I'd want to say that Sasuke would have enough destructive capability to like completely vaporize Deadpool, possibly. So I'm gonna say yes, he probably could beat Deadpool. In terms of like a fight, like not a fight to the death, absolutely he'd be able to beat Deadpool. But in terms of actually killing him, I think Sasuke would have the power to do it too. That's just me though. All right, so yeah, now we got another one. I really hope I'm doing Sinister Strange justice and making his goals and ideals exactly as you imagined. For example, his first evil scheme is tricking Buzz Lightyear to get statues to make him OP. Yeah, of course. From what I've seen of the Linksy series, you're definitely doing a good job with Sinister Strange. So keep going with that because it's really good. I guess actually I can add something in the chat too, based on this. What should I add in the chat? I don't know. Should I say anything in the chat? It doesn't really make any sense to do so. I'll just say hope you all, because I'm filming from my laptop, by the way. Hope you all are having fun. I'll just put that in the chat just to know that we're all still having a good time. Green Lantern can be Ben 10 because Green Lantern can time travel. Yes, Green Lantern can time travel, but Alien X can also time travel. So it's weird, when you have like two people with powers like that. It's hard. You too. Yeah, no, of course, I'm having a ton of fun. Absolutely. But yeah, going back to Green Lantern versus Ben 10, that one, again, I can kind of see where Death Battle is coming from with everything, but it's really hard to say. Thank you. Okay, well, I thank you guys too for showing up because my biggest worry, other than things not going right with the technology, my biggest worry was that no one was going to show up and I was basically just going to be talking to myself the whole time. But no, I'm happy you guys are here. This actually, again, because of my live radio show, this isn't the first time I'm doing something live, but this is definitely the longest I've ever been live. And yeah, I guess it's always good to keep streaming just in case like new people are coming up. All Might versus Mike Guy, who wins? This is the upcoming Death Battle. From what I've heard, apparently a lot of people are thinking that Mike Guy is gonna win. And I
I know a little, like, I don't really remember too much of Mic Guy. If you guys saw the end of my reaction, like, I actually thought it was Rock Lee at first, because of because my brain doesn't work sometimes. But, I don't know too much about All Might, but a lot of people seem to be saying that Mic Guy is going to win. Although, actually, I'm going to have a late reaction to that one because I'm going on vacation again when the reaction is coming out, or when the video is coming out, and I actually have a video that's scheduled to upload on Saturday telling you guys this in case, people don't see the stream. But yeah, unfortunately, I'll have to wait like half a week before I can react to it. It's always on a week when I'm going away, or the week when I'm going away is always on a death battle. Like, it's a 1 in 3 chance and it always hits and it sucks. Anyway, can Ghost Rider beat Scorpion? I actually did this one as a who, when, and why as well, and I do think that Ghost Rider could beat Scorpion. There are multiple advantages each have over the other, but I feel like Ghost Rider's Penance Stare could absolutely take down Scorpion. Because raw power might not be enough to kill him, but it would still, I feel like the Penance Stare would definitely be enough. I should mention I let Sinister have conflicts with not just Lynxie, but also the other villains as well. Yeah, of course, that's great. That's definitely a nice touch. Absolutely. Wasn't Green Lantern's time travel ability retconned ever since Crisis on Infinite Earths? Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm actually not sure. I think there have been some sort of retcons with Green Lantern. That could possibly be true. I'm not sure if I mentioned it in my Green Lantern versus Nova fight that I did for Who, When, and Why. If that's the case, then absolutely, then Ben 10, I'm sure, would absolutely win against Green Lantern. Maybe that did happen. In terms of like alternate Earths, like, pre-crisis and post-crisis, I'm mostly familiar with post-crisis, and I've seen some feats from like other things, and maybe I don't really recognize that they're from pre-crisis or whatever. So I'm really sorry. I'm not 100% sure, but I would not be surprised if that was the case. This is my first live stream. I'm glad to. Oh my god, thank you so much. Yeah, absolutely. Just keep talking, you guys, as much as you want. You can talk to each other. You can talk to me. Keep asking me questions. Anything you want. Can Morbius beat Dracula? Marvel versus Castlevania. Personally, I don't think so. I think I got this question once before. It's just because Dracula has a much bigger pool of energy to draw from, and even though Morbius doesn't have the general vampire weaknesses, I don't think he'd be able to kill someone with that good of a healing factor. I forgot if it was you or me, but whoever it was, do you like that Sinister's color scheme is black and red? I don't remember if it was you or me either, but yeah, no, it's definitely a good color scheme. It's very different from Doctor Strange, which I think is something he would definitely do. He definitely want to veer away from, being like Doctor Strange, because he's just all obsessed with being more powerful than him. So I definitely think that's a good choice. Whoever did that. If that was your choice, then awesome. Also, I'm just looking at myself. Like, I have a total, like, busted up face right now. Like, at least that's what it looks like. Who do you think of, what do you think of this fight, Slenderman versus Pennywise? I think it's an interesting fight, like two of the biggest horror icons, but I don't know too much about either of these characters. I know Pennywise is like ridiculously powerful. I'm not sure if Slenderman is quite as powerful as Pennywise. I don't really want to give my opinion on who I think would win that fight, but it definitely seems like an interesting fight. Yeah, maybe I'll look more into that later. That's really interesting. What else we got? I'm wondering if I should ask you guys a question. I'm wondering if I should ask you guys a question, then you guys can all answer based on what I ask. I don't know if you guys really care, but like, if you guys want to say like your favorite Who, When, and Why episode that you guys have seen. I know some of you guys are more recent, so you would have only seen some of the more recent ones. But I mean, like, yeah, if you guys want to say your favorite Who and Why episodes, I would definitely love to hear your feedback on that. And if you want to say something like which Who and Why episode you're most excited for, if you guys are really into that, you can absolutely do that too. Because I feel like it's time I ask you guys a question, if you guys want to answer. What else we got? Can Deadpool beat Carnage? That one's really hard, because both of these characters basically have the same level of unkillability. Is that the right word for that? Probably not. But yeah, that one's a little tough to judge, I feel, anyway. I mean, like, if I had to pick, like, really had to pick, oh man, that one's hard. I don't know, maybe Deadpool would be able to use his magic satchel to pull something out that has to do with fire. So I guess maybe I'd go with Deadpool for that. What happens when Pinocchio says, "Now my nose will grow"? So this is like a paradox, right? Because if Pinocchio says, "Now my nose will grow," then it has to grow, but that means he's lying. So but he's not lying if that happens. I don't know. That really is a paradox. I have a feeling maybe his nose would just explode. That's always the answer to these kinds of questions. Just it explodes. How do you discipline a rock? I don't know. I've never tried. I guess maybe you just the same way you discipline anyone else. You just talk to them. Explain to them what they did wrong. Give them some sort of punishment. I wouldn't say like smash it against like anything or anything like that. But yeah, I guess that's how I discipline a rock. Who would win in a fight, man versus woman? Answer if you're up for the challenge. I don't really want to go into that because I feel like I'm going to end up saying something wrong. And that, that kind of thing is just, I feel like it's just a little too ambiguous to really say for sure. So I don't really want to go into any sort of like stereotypes or anything like that. So I'm going to leave that one alone. But yeah, I guess, yeah, interesting idea. Favorite anime minus Pokemon. My favorite anime... This one doesn't really count because it wasn't made in Japan, but I would probably say Ruby is my favorite anime. It's made by Rooster Teeth. I'm far from caught up with it, though. If you don't count Ruby, then I would say Naruto. But if you do count Ruby, then Ruby. What else we got? Can the Justice League beat the Avengers? Yes, absolutely. I think they could. Honestly, if I'm being honest, I think the Flash and Superman could probably take out the Avengers by themselves. I just think they're that powerful. And if not those two, then Superman, Flash, and Wonder Woman, absolutely, I think so. Because I just think, unless you have like a ridiculously powerful character, even then I feel like they can't stand up to Superman. So yeah, I would definitely say the Justice League beat the Avengers. John Wick versus Jason Bourne. That's an interesting fight. I don't know. I don't know too much about the characters. I like Keanu Reeves a lot, so I don't know. I'll say John Wick. Why not? Hit rock bottom. Okay, yeah, I definitely went way too far into the analysis of that joke. Sorry about that. When it comes to man versus woman, I win. Okay, good. Now we know. Thanos wins. Who is funnier, SpongeBob or Deadpool? I think that depends on what kind of humor you're into. For me, I felt like I used to laugh a lot at SpongeBob. Now, whenever I watch SpongeBob, it's still an entertaining show. It's gone down in quality, of course, like not in terms of like the animation, but in terms of just the show itself. But I guess in terms of overall humor, I'm just more into Deadpool stuff nowadays now that I'm older. So yeah, that's probably what I would say. All right, I'm gonna stand back up again, and there was a thing on the camera lens or something, or right above it. Okay, sorry about that. I just like to adjust myself a lot. Let's see what's going on. Okay, we got some notifications. I'm just going to ignore it though because we're doing a live stream. Not trying to roast you. You look like a young John Arbuckle. All you need is a ginger cat that eats lasagna and hates Mondays. Oh, that John. Okay, I was thinking like, who's John Arbuckle? But no, you mean John from Garfield. Okay, I'll take that. That I can see that. That's actually pretty awesome. I've never been called that before, but that's really awesome. Battle of History: George Washington versus Napoleon Bonaparte. I'm assuming this is still just like a standard fight question. George Washington versus Napoleon Bonaparte. I mean, George was definitely taller. I'm not the greatest in terms of American history because I'm not American. But I mean, in terms of who had a better impact, I don't even want to go there. But in terms of who would win in a fight, if George has his axe, then I'd probably say George. But then again, I don't know if any of them would be armed with guns or whatever. I don't know. I'll go with George. Why not? I can't believe you have Golden Frieza. Your bro has Final Form Frieza, which now seems redundant that we have Gold, and I have First Form as Pop Vinyl. Okay, yeah, I'm actually gonna go get it. 1 second. So, if you were wondering what Lucas was referring to, we're talking about pop vinyls. So this is my Golden Frieza pop vinyl. I have, I think, either 50 or a little over 50 pop vinyls right over there. Sorry I was gone for so long. For some reason, like I was looking around, like I could not find Golden Frieza. Whatever. Anyway, I'll just keep him here. Anyway, what else happened? Did I miss some of these comments? Why did YouTube didn't let you upload some of your videos? I don't know. To be fair, they were reaction videos, which are always sometimes a little risky. But even so, there was really no reason that I feel that they should have not let me upload. And it's even going to be even worse, with YouTube, because I don't know whether or not I'm going to set my channel as made for kids. Because if I do, then my growth is like going to stop dead. And if I don't, then I could get hit with a huge fine. So, I've talked to my dad about this before, and he says that channels aren't like that. YouTube isn't going to be going after a small channel like mine, which is fair. But I feel like it could be more of just those automated bots that just flag everything and go after anything that is even remotely close to it. So that's really what I'm worried about. I think I have like 360 videos on my channel, so even if I get hit with like a $5 fine, that is I think, what is it, like that's $1,800 or something like that. That's insane, if I get a hit for every single video. So we'll have to see what happens. I definitely don't want to delete my channel. Where do fish store their money? Okay, so I know this is a joke, and I know not to analyze this too deep. Where do fish store their money? It's gotta be like a bank, like some sort of bank answer. I don't know. You can let me know because I'm not sure. So, thoughts on the new YouTube Copa or whatever. Yeah, I've already kind of gone over that. I don't like how they're doing this before. I saw a comment on YouTube which I feel like summed it up very perfectly. It said 2018, YouTube says that there's no adult content allowed on YouTube. 2019, YouTube says that there's no kids content allowed on YouTube. 2020, they'll say that there's no content allowed on YouTube. Like, it seriously just sucks, So I feel like what they're doing is way too general. And yeah, obviously I just prefer that they didn't do anything like this. But it is what it is. I just hate it so much. It seems really ridiculous to me. What is your most proudest Who and Why that you've done? I mean, if we're talking about overall quality, then it's got to be one of the newer ones, because none of the older ones, like up until Bugs Bunny versus Mickey Mouse, has any of that like visual quality. My favorite episode is still probably Batman versus Black Panther, which didn't have that new quality. I'm actually really proud of Lex Luthor versus Doctor Doom, and I think you guys are going to enjoy that one, hopefully. But if we're talking just overall production value, I would probably go with Vision versus Red Tornado, because it's the new style, which is way more appealing to people, and I understand that. And I think that one is just the reasoning is solid there, I feel. So that's probably the one I'm most proud of overall. Should Pennywise be a Joker enemy for Black Panther? Sorry, should Pennywise be a Joker enemy for Black Panther? Okay, I'm not really sure what that means. But I mean, like, some people like to compare Joker and Pennywise, and I guess I understand that because they're both clowns and they had movies coming out recently. But Pennywise, I feel like he's not the same as Joker. Like, he's like a supernatural kind of demon type thing, and Joker is more of just like a man who is super sane or whatever, like, or kind of insane. It's whatever theory you want to go with. But yeah, I guess that's me there. Riverbank. Yeah. Okay. Duh. I'm stupid. I crack under pressure when I'm like, because I know I'm live right now and you guys are seeing everything I'm doing right now, and I've never done this before. Like, the closest thing I've ever done to this was when I used to do my Who and Whys as like one take, because I knew that everything I was doing was everything you guys were gonna see. But this is a completely different thing, so that's pretty insane. What else we got? Oh, Jacob, hey, how you doing? I hope your channel doesn't get into any trouble. I hope so too, man. I really do. If I'm being honest, I might take the risk and say, not made for kids, just because I really want, I don't want the channel to stop dead, but hopefully, I get some more confirmation that it will be okay. And if I get more confirmation that it won't be okay, then I'll have to stop or something, which really sucks. I still like the old ones. They're just as good as the current. Who and Why, if not more so. Okay, so good. I'm happy you guys still enjoy the old Who and Why episodes. Of course, they're always still there, so you can go take a look at them. And of course, the reasoning I feel and the way that everything is structured is better nowadays than it is before. But no, I'm happy you guys are still enjoying it. That's awesome. So we got 10 viewers right now. That's pretty cool. What else we got in terms of comments? If Galactus and Unicron did fight, who would win? So you guys know that I really want to see Galactus versus Unicron in Death Battle. And I don't know that much about Unicron. But from what I understand of Unicron, I think he would win. I think he'd probably win against Galactus. My brother is very much on the other side of the spectrum for this. But at the same time, I don't think he really is giving it too much of an educated guess with it. Like, he's basically just saying, like, oh, Galactus is not made of physical matter, so he wouldn't die or whatever. Even though Galactus has been hurt by other people before, and I feel like he could be hurt by Unicron too. I've seen a lot of videos arguing in Unicron's favor, and I honestly agree. I think that Unicron would probably win. But regardless, I still want to see the fight done by Death Battle. Absolutely. Batman has a clown enemy, so should Oh, I get it. Okay, so should Pennywise be Black Panther's clown enemy? Okay, that makes sense. Personally, I think Pennywise is probably too powerful for Black Panther. I think you need someone more on Joker's level in terms of like power and demonicness, because like Joker doesn't really have any of that. You need someone a lot more like Joker for Black Panther. If you want to think of like a clown character, I don't even know what other clown characters are. There's Kefka from Final Fantasy, but again, I think he's just too powerful. But yeah, I guess that's just me there. What else we got? I hope we can Batman versus Taskmaster for Who and Why. That one might happen. I'm not really sure. To me, that one's very similar to Deathstroke versus Taskmaster. I know there are differences in it, but I'm not really sure if I want to go there. We'll figure that out later. IP Man versus Bruce Lee Death Battle. Who would win? Okay, IP Man. Call me uncultured. I'm not really sure I know who that is. Hang on, I'm gonna see if I can look up what that means. And who was the other character? It was Bruce Lee. Shoot, what did I just do? Oh, okay, so IP Man, so a biographical martial arts film, okay. Again, I don't really know who he is, though, but if we're using, like, the fictional, kind of weird shenanigans or whatever that Death Battle was using, then, Bruce Lee was able to kill Chuck Norris, at least temporarily, so I'd probably say Bruce Lee. How did the chicken cross the road? There are so many answers to this question. There's to get to the other side because he was chicken, or no, I guess that's why he didn't cross the road. I don't know. How did the chicken cross the road? I guess this is how did the chicken cross the road? I don't know, by walking, maybe? I don't know. How many versus debate channels do you know? Good question. I know the big one that I watch is Death Battle. There's also other versus debate channels, like there was Epic Island Battle by Corin O'Keefe, a really good show. I've watched some of Cartoon Fight Club, though not a lot. Of course, there's Who and Why that I know, duh. And there was oh crap, there was a show that I got into kind of recently. I forget what the channel name was. I think it's Diphonoid. I think that's the channel name. I forget exactly what the what the show was called. And then there's Universes by Leopold the Brave, really good. I know a lot of versus shows. And I've watched a ton of them. I'm sure there's more, but those are the ones I can think of right now. Then should Green Goblin be Black Panther's clown enemy? I think that is probably the closest fight you're gonna get. Yeah, Black Panther and Green Goblin. What Who and Whys of your favorite standard? What Who and Whys are your favorites? Standard 1v1, 3 characters fighting 6v6. Okay, I can interpret this in a number of ways. This either means like what's my favorite of each type, or which one do I enjoy doing most often. In terms of which one I enjoy doing most often, I just like the 1v1 fights the most. Those are the most simple. I feel like the most awesome. Just standard versus debating. That's the kind of stuff I like to do. If you're talking like the favorites of each type, then 1v1 has got to be 1v1 has got to be crap. What was it? Almost said Black Man. Batman versus Black Panther. Three characters fighting. I don't know. I like the movie Batman one quite a bit. I forget if there are any more, because right now I'm just thinking of the Batman one and the Spider-Man one. Although I also like the Fantastic Four Battle Royale, but that's technically 4 characters. And 6 versus 6. I really like Sinister Six versus Secret Six more than Civil War. But the upcoming Avengers versus Guardians of the Galaxy might change my mind. Who knows? Electro versus Livewire, who would win? I don't know too much about Livewire. I think he might be a Batman Beyond character. I'd assume. I'm sorry. When stuff happens live, anything can happen. Electro versus Livewire. I'd probably assume that Electro has more power, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I have to look more into Livewire to get a good answer there. Someone once asked me this, so I have to ask you: Rocky Balboa versus Little Mac. I mean, Little Mac is probably built better to like be more powerful in that kind of sense. And Rocky Balboa hasn't won every single one of his fights. He was a rookie at the beginning, like a newbie, really. So my gut says Little Mac, but again, I may have to look more into that. Will you add Carnage versus Shredder to your next season? To who, when, and why? I don't want to go into too much detail of what I have next planned for who, when, and why, because I have it on my phone right here, and I like to keep it very much secret and separate. So it might show up, it might not show up. Who knows? That's just what I'll tell you right now. I don't want to say anything else. Oh, I've heard this joke before. To get to the idiot's house, knock, knock, and I'm going to say who's there, and you're going to say the chicken. Okay, I get that. Nice joke. I've heard that joke before. Yeah, I get it. That just wasn't the one I was expecting. But yeah, good joke. Livewire's been through a lot of damage, so he would win against Electro. Okay, maybe that's true. Again, I don't know too much about Livewire. You guys probably know more than I do. Again, I can really do a lot of stuff. Oh, this one just says Livewire is Superman. Okay, whoa. So maybe I'm completely wrong here. But yeah, I don't know too much about Livewire. I really feel more confident when I like am researching stuff. You said he, but Livewire is a girl. Ah, damn it. Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, I clearly don't know my stuff. I clearly don't know my stuff. And Livewire is a chick. Yeah, okay, I see that too. Sorry about that. I'm really sorry. I don't normally like trying to talk about fights that I don't know too much about, but since this is live, I figured I might as well try. What is the one matchup you want for it to happen the most in Death Battle? Or ones if there's not a specific one. I actually recently made a video called the top 5 death battles ideas for season 7, the top 5 I want to see. And in those in that video I mentioned Winter Soldier versus Red Hood, Ant-Man versus Atom, Percy Jackson versus Harry Potter, Ruby versus Maka, and Galactus versus Unicron. Galactus versus Unicron is the one I want the most. But yeah, those are 5 that I would totally want to see in Death Battle. And that's what I said there. When season 10 is done, I will give you a special shout out in 2 vids. Look forward to them. Oh, thanks, man. That I really appreciate that. That's awesome. What else we got? I believe first versus show on YouTube was Deadliest Fict Warrior. They copied Deadliest Warrior. Do you know them? No, I've actually never heard of. I might have heard of Deadliest Warrior. Maybe once or twice, but I'm not really into that. But no, I didn't know that. That's really interesting. Okay, thanks for letting me know that. That's really cool. Who would win, Joker or Pennywise? The winner is Joker because Pennywise feeds on fear and Joker has no fear. See, that one's really hard because you could say that you know the big thing that he feeds on, like, just Joker doesn't have any of that, but I just feel that Pennywise is just so supernatural that I don't really know if Joker could even put Pennywise down for good. I don't know that much about Pennywise personally. I've never seen the 2 It movies or any of the other stuff with Pennywise in it, like older, so I can't really make a good educated assumption or guess on that. Did Azimuth make himself present in Alien Force? If so, I just want to inform you that the voice actor passed away. Oh my god, no, I didn't know that. Oh, that's sad. It seems like a lot of people have been passing away recently. Yeah, okay, recently. It seems like a lot of people have been passing away recently. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Yeah. Okay, well, I guess thank you for letting me know. Bad word. Did I say another bad word? What did I say? What did I say? I didn't even catch it. Or is it referring to something in the feed? I don't think it is. Okay, I'm really sorry about that if I said a bad word. But yeah, yeah, I'll try to keep my mouth under control, I guess. Who are you scared of more, Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees? I mean, Michael doesn't talk, and honestly, I can't remember. Does Jason talk? I'm not really sure. I know both of them are basically unkillable. So they both scare me quite a bit. Although I know that Jason, probably Jason scares me a little bit more. I don't really have a good reason why. I just think he probably does. I said, damn it. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. Joker will win because he survived through a lot of damage. That is true. Joker has survived quite a ton, has survived quite a beating. But I don't think, Joker can survive quite as much as some people think he can. He is still very much human. But yeah, I don't really want to go too deep into Joker versus Pennywise. It's hard to say. But yeah, what else we got? Okay, so we've hit the end of the chat for now. I don't know. Should I say something else in the chat? Let's see. What should I say? I don't know what else to say. Like I said, are you guys having a good time? Have you? And now you said yes. Okay, technically I would have said the bad word again. I apologize for that. But yes. Who would win, Freddy Krueger or Pennywise? Again, with these horror characters, I don't know too much about them. My first instinct would have to be Pennywise. But I mean, I don't know, would Pennywise have some sort of mental blockage? Would he be able to withstand, Freddy Krueger entering him in the dream world? I don't really even know how Freddy Krueger's powers work. So yeah, I don't know. I want to give an answer just because you asked the question, but I really don't know. I guess I would say Pennywise. Who knows? Yeah. I'm just making a little Snapchat post. I just realized I look so ugly in that post. Oh, well, whatever. Do you like Pokemon? If so, what would be your 6 team? No legendaries. I'm not into Pokemon honestly that much. In order to judge, to make some sort of team like that. But Pokemon's still cool. I don't know if I can just pick a couple. I guess just to. There was one Pokemon. Well, I guess. I don't know. I don't even know what constitutes as a legendary Pokemon. I'm so bad at all this. I don't know. Just know that I'm into Pokemon, but not enough to really make any sort of educated guesses like that. Okay, so right now it's about 10 to 5. I don't know what the time zones are for you guys, but we've been streaming for almost 2 hours. I don't know, right now I have the house to myself. I don't know if anyone's going to be coming home soon. Can Jason X beat the Ultimate Predator from Predator 2018? Possibly. I don't know. Again, that one, I feel like I'm not as familiar with the characters to really make any sort of good educated guess on that. Are there any posters or anything you like? Ugly? Hey, at least you're not at one. Well. Yeah, at least not 1.68 manlet. Well, don't be so. I'm not sure if you're referring to yourself there, but if you are, come on, man, don't be so hard on yourself. And it's more so just the picture looked ugly. If I'm being honest, I don't really think of myself as a very attractive person. I do think there are times where I really look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, oh my god, it's so ugly. And the video footage that you guys are seeing, I'm sure definitely doesn't help. What else we got? Do you watch Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir? If no, please try it. It's a good show. I've seen random episodes on TV, and I will admit it is a good show, but I'm not caught up with it. I haven't watched them in order or anything like that. I'm not even sure if I have any way to do that. If I did, then maybe I would try it because, again, it is a good show, and they get a lot more into the continuity later on, I've heard, so it'd be interesting to see where they go with it. But I have heard of it, and yes, I do agree. It is definitely a good show. Jason X have been nuked to the face and has shown far greater feats of strength. Okay, so I guess there's my answer too. I don't know much about horror characters either. I just thought it would be interesting. Yeah, it does sound interesting. It definitely does. I just don't know enough to really make a good thing there. Do you want to call it there 2 hours? Or you have to keep going. Well, we're almost at 2 hours. I think we can go for 10 more minutes because right now it's in my time it's 4:51. Merry Christmas. Yeah, Merry Christmas to you too. Thank you so much. But yeah, I think we'll go for 10 more minutes and then I'll start wrapping stuff up because yeah, I've been going for quite a while. And this has been fun. Don't get me wrong. This is absolutely so fun to do. But I think doing it for too long kind of defeats the purpose. And if you guys want to go back and watch it, I think 2 hours is already long enough. So we'll do it. And again, I'll try to make sure that I can post this on YouTube afterwards. Yeah, I guess now that I'm at it, I can put Golden Frieza away. Yep. Okay. I'll crack. I crack my knuckles. You want 10 minutes? I'll make it worth it. All right. This may be asking a little too soon, but are you planning to make another one of these streams sometime in the future? I don't know yet. Maybe I will. It really depends probably on the event, or if you guys like this. You know, if you guys really liked this talk, then yeah, I could totally do more streams like this. Probably not quite as long as this because this was to celebrate 1,000 subscribers. But yeah, I might do streams like this if you guys are interested. And now that I have the community tab on my channel, I can let you guys know when that happens. So that's really, really good, you know, if we want to schedule that stuff. So I might do more streams later. It really just depends on whether or not you guys want to see more of it. If I see comments saying, you know, like, you know what, we want to do this again, that's awesome. What else we got? Favorite Iron Man villain? I don't know. I've really liked Crimson Dynamo. He was one, or I guess he's just called Dynamo now. He was one of the earliest ones I knew. But I guess I'd probably have to go with Mandarin, not the one from Iron Man 3, the one from the comics, because he's pretty awesome. Perry the Platypus versus Kim Possible. Who would win? I've seen this fight be suggested before. Who would win between Kim Possible and Perry the Platypus? My gut. I've watched far more of Phineas and Ferb than Kim Possible. My gut would say Kim Possible, just because I think that Perry doesn't have a ton of experience fighting highly trained people, because, you know, he has fought other secret agents before, but I mean, like, Kim Possible stuff is, like, sometimes really dangerous, so I don't know, I'd probably say that. What else we got? You need your own TV show and intro for your channel. Thank you for that, by the way. That's really nice. I would love to have an intro for the channel if I could somehow make one, but the thing is, I'm just terrible at like digital production and stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe I'll look more into that if a lot of people, like, if I'm getting a lot of criticism like that, saying, you know, you need your own intro. Like, maybe I'll look into that. Sure. Okay, no, I already read that one. Saying you're ugly, you're not giving good vibes. Sorry about that. Good vibes from now on. We're all beautiful. Of course we are. All beautiful on the outside and inside. Did Who and Why teach you any new characters? Did you learn anything, new things on characters you already knew? I feel like I'm always learning new things about the characters, which is awesome. And in terms of new characters, like there's Ragman versus Ragdoll. I knew of Ragdoll. I've never heard of Ragman, but I learned a lot about him. Also Sam from Trick or Treat. Really awesome to learn about him too. And yeah, just I always learn new things, whether it's a character I've never really heard of before, or I have heard of and I don't really know too much about, or if it's a character where I really feel like I know a lot about them, because even then, like, I always learn new things. Good vibes only. Yes, good vibes only. What one superhero and supervillain would you like to spend one day with? Oh boy. Superhero. I feel like Beast Boy would be so fun to hang out with. He's like my favorite superhero now. Him and Nightcrawler are both awesome. Like those have always been my two top favorite superheroes. Or maybe Spider-Man. And then for supervillain, I don't know. I feel like I'd want one that definitely wouldn't like just immediately try to kill me. I mean, I kind of want to like have a talk with Lex Luthor. I kind of want to have like a talk about, you know, why he stands where he does and like his own psychological views. That'd be really interesting to do, I think. What else we got? What supervillain would you like to swap bodies with, and how would you react? And how would the villain react to being in your body? I don't know how the villain would react to being in my body. They probably would just want to go back to the way they were. And in terms of what I want to swap bodies with, I mean, like, that's really interesting. I'm not sure, because I think it's really just dependent on the powers. I don't know. Kilgrave comes to mind, because he's got some cool powers. But I don't know. There are a lot of supervillains that I really like to be, or like to be like, at least. It's hard to say. There are a lot of them out there. Favorite book? Right now, probably Magnus Chasing the Gods of Asgard, which is like a continuation of the Percy Jackson series. It's really good. And favorite god, that actually flows quite nicely. My favorite god, probably Hades. I don't know. He's just always been interesting to me. Favorite item, just like in the world? I don't know. Is YouTube an item? I don't know. I love YouTube. I love technology. I love laptops and phones and all of that stuff. I'm the good vibes police. Okay, good. Thank you, Cat Loaf Potato. You know, Constable Cat Loaf Potato, thank you. What TV show have you not seen but want to? A ton of anime. I want to get more into stuff like Fairy Tail and Dragon Ball, absolutely. And then I don't know if there's like a show that people have been suggesting. Like before, I would have said Stranger Things, but then I actually got into it, and it's really good. I'm finally caught up. No spoilers. I won't spoil anything if you haven't seen it. But I don't know. In terms of other shows that I haven't seen, I probably Doom Patrol, and before I actually would have said like the Netflix shows, like the like the Marvel Netflix shows. But yeah, I started into Titans. It's okay. It seems like it's a little rocky at first. But yeah, Doom Patrol I definitely want to get into. Favorite chocolate or ice cream? I don't know, like chocolate ice cream would be my favorite type of ice cream. I also really like cookies and cream. And favorite chocolate, just like milk chocolate, I guess. Favorite planet, I love Earth, but my favorite planet when I was young was probably Jupiter. Favorite person, my girlfriend Trista, it's gotta be. But I love everyone in my family, and I love all my friends. I love all of you guys. You guys are all great. Can Spider-Man, Batman, Johnny Cage, Sasuke, and Mario beat Super Shredder as a team with or without prep time? I'd want to say as a team they probably could. Probably even without prep time. I'd probably say that too. I'd switch bodies with Doc Ock. I see you're going the Spider-Man route. Awesome. Because that was the whole Superior Spider-Man thing. No, but no, that's actually a good choice. That's a really good choice. I don't know if people are still asking questions because I'm sure that there's kind of a delay with this whole thing. But I think I'm going to start wrapping stuff up now. So I would just ask for you guys not to ask any more questions. I'm just going to go, if there are any more ones coming in, then I'll answer those. You know, if you guys want to say goodbye or anything, of course, obviously you can do that. Or, you know, if you want to say any last words before the stream is over, absolutely. So I'll leave it going for a little bit. But I am so happy that that we were able to get this thing working, because that was one of my biggest fears, that it wasn't going to work. And my battery, actually, I've just noticed is at 9%, so I'd have to stop anyway. But yeah, thank you to everyone who showed up. You know, I know that some people have already left. Well, goodbye. See you in your next video. Okay, thank you so much. Again, next video. Well, technically, the next video is going to be the vacation, you know, announcement video that I'm going on vacation. Yeah, I'm wrapping up. Yeah. And then the next one will be Lex Luthor versus Doctor Doom. So that's coming. The vacation one's coming Saturday, and Doctor Doom versus Lex Luthor's coming Saturday. Great first live stream. Thank you so much. But yeah, again, I know some of you guys are gone already, so you're not going to be able to hear this. But if you're watching this later, to everyone who showed up, thank you so much for showing up. It's so awesome to have you guys here. And I think we had a really good conversation. This probably went the best I could have asked for. Like, that's awesome. Looking forward to next Who and Why. Thank you. I'm just glad you could have us all here. I hope your channel keeps growing. Thank you so much. That means so much to me, you guys. I hope you guys know that when you leave comments like that, glad to have you with the live stream. Yes, thank you for the help. When you guys leave comments like that, it really does make my day. Like, I don't know if you guys think I'm like overreacting or overacting when I'm saying like thank you guys so much. But when you guys leave positive comments like that, that is seriously how I feel. I feel that all the time. That, you know, I'm just so happy to have you guys watching the channel. And it just makes me so much more sure that you guys are the best audience that I could ask for. I couldn't ask for anything better. So thank you all so much for everything. I have not seen this whole stream, but what I did see was cool. Thank you so much. Salute. Thank you. Yes. Thank you all so much, guys. I'm happy for everyone that showed up, and even for the people that didn't show up. You know, I know that you guys are still there. I know you guys can't hear me right now, but you guys are still there, and you guys are still supportive. You're so supportive. So again, thank you all so much. Goodbye. Yes, thank you guys. I guess I'll just, again, I don't know if anyone else is actually leaving stuff in the chat. If anything, I haven't seen it yet. But yes, great job, the Raptor. Thank you, Frank. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think I'm going to end the stream here. But yeah, that's it for me. I will see all of you guys in the next video. Again, thank you so much for coming out. Hey, fellas, what do y'all say? More live streams in the future? I mean, yeah, if this video gets published to YouTube, you know, leave down in the comments if you want to see more live streams, because that would be awesome. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Bye, everyone. Yep. Always be here when you need me. Thank you, Lucas. Thank you so much. Oh my God. This is so great, guys. Thank you all so much. So yeah, you know, again, if you want to see more live streams, let me know down in the comments below. Even just in a random video, if you want to say like, hey, I'd like to see another live stream soon, then absolutely go for it. Bye, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. I'm always by your side. Oh my God, guys, you guys are the best. You guys really are the best. But yeah, we hit 1,000 subscribers, guys. That's what this was for, and We still totally did it. It's freaking amazing. Sorry if frick is a bad word. Anyway, I think that's it for me. Thank you all who came out to support me, and everyone. Goodbye, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. Thank you. Thank you all for everyone who came out and had a really awesome chat, because you guys are awesome. Really awesome to do. So that's it for me. I will see all of you guys in the next video. See you later, and have a good night.